what's positive. We're going to focus on what's good, right? And when we focus on that, that's where our energy is going to go. And what's going to happen is the outcomes are going to reflect our thinking. Worked on my gift. I realized that all of us are born with a gift, but you got to hone it. You know, it's just not, you're not going to become great. And we talk about the school of greatness, you know, we talk about, you know, greatness is upon you. And I realized that my gift wasn't going to create itself. My gift wasn't going to nurture itself. My gift wasn't going to perfect itself. That was something I had to do. And so, man, before you know it, we did a video that went viral. I think it's got over 50 million hits now. And we turn our passion into profit. Yeah, we turn it, man. Yeah, I love it. Turn our passion into profit. Practice, practice, practice. Reps, reps, reps. I can't wait till the big gigs to speak. I got to get my reps in. I don't care how good you are. I don't care how bad you are. You got to get those reps in. So make sure you do this. Listen to me. And I told you, how many times a day do I want you doing this? 3 times a day. Morning, noon, night. Come on, this ain't rocket science. I want you to do it when? Morning, noon, night. Good. One was not a lot of us. I need to hear you. Morning, noon, night. 90 straight days, right? So y'all know we went from the backyard. We did this here, right? We did high schools. Like, for real, just keep practicing. It ain't rocket science. You keep doing it 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. You start all over, you go to another level. 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. You like, why am I not going to that? Because you're not doing 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. Like, you might not even make it, like, you might not even, whatever you said you was gonna do, it might not even last 30 days. You might do 10 and quit. What's your win it all? Do you even know? Like, do you know what your win it all is for this year? Like, do you know if this year ended, like, what you go, whoa, if that happened? Like, do you know? Or you just waking up, playing craps with your life, and you just hope it roll on what you wanted to roll on? You playing the lottery with your life? You just hoping you put the numbers in and they come out right? Or are you 30, 60, 90? 30, 60, 90, morning, noon, night. Make the adjustments, whatever you're doing that's not good, quit. You're getting like a D, a C, okay, you got 71%, you're doing something wrong. Look, if you got an 80%, you're doing something what? If you got an 89%, you're doing something what? Oh, you might be sweet, an 89 might be sweet, but we got 11% for growth. That's 11% growth right there. It's not until you get to 100% that you need to stop, right? So 30, 60, 90, say it with me. 30, 60, 90. Come on, 30, 60, 90. And then we do what? We start all over again. By that time, it's a habit. If you really want to be dominant in your field, 30, 60, 90, start all over again. 30, 60, 90, start all over again. Morning, noon, night. All right, guys, I've been watching the Olympics, yeah. Yep, I've been watching the Olympics, right? And my favorite part, yep, track and field. Nope, I'm not talking about Usain Bolt. Nope, we ain't on that. Nope, I'm talking about the false starts. Yep, I love it. Yep, you say, E.T., the false starts. Yep, because I'm tired of people asking me, E, why you so passionate? Yep, I'm tired of people saying, E.T., why you so loud? E.T., execute. And listen, let me just explain something to y'all. I gotta keep it 100. CJ, 12 years younger than me. I was out of high school before this boy was even really born. Are you hearing what I'm saying? My man, 12 years younger than me. 12 years, and he picked up that phone and he had one of them heart to heart. Do you have anybody in your inner circle that's willing to be real with you, that's willing to keep it 100, that don't care nothing about your feelings, but they care about your goals and your dreams? CJ hit me up. I had called my man, left a message like, C, they killing me. They want to know when the mixtape coming out. When is the next mixtape coming out, C? C said, E.T., let me tell you something. Shut it down. I said, what? He said, shut it down. Tell him ain't no mixtape coming. Stop doing TGI. Shut it down. That's why you got the reruns for so long. He said, shut it down, E. Shut it down. I'm tired. He said, I'm going to keep it 100. I'm tired, E. The last 2 mixtapes, you was talking about how you going to get your PhD. Between me and you, imano, man to man, we will not come out with another mixtape where you talking about what you going to do. Shut it all down, E. Do you understand that the future of this company is on you finishing this PhD? Shut the gig down. Shut it down. And I'm telling y'all, one of the ways your boy got the milestone done, I had to shut it down. I shut down the phone calls flat out. From a certain time, don't call my house. If you love me, text me. If you love me and there ain't no emergency, don't call me. I had to shut it down. Shut the TV down. Listen to me. Put the controllers down. Shut down going out bowling on the weekend, going to the club. Look, shut it down. Shut down your favorite team. Stop watching your favorite football or basketball or soccer, whatever it is. Shut it down. And I'm telling you, you ain't got to shut it down for the rest of your life, but you got to shut it down long enough so you can get your Super Bowl done, yep. So you can get your NBA Finals done, yep. So you can get your World Series done, yep. Are you hearing me? So you can get your national title done. Are you hearing me? So you can get your book done. So you can get your CD finished. So you can get your degree. So you can take your marriage to the next level. Shut it down. I had to shut the noise down. I had to shut it down. And when I shut it down, when I shut certain things down in my life, boom, I went to a whole other level. If you're going to do what you say you're going to do, be what you say you're going to be, you're going to have to lion me out. That gazelle stuff, I'm trying to tell you. You a gazelle, you're going to come up short. You a gazelle, you're not always going to get what you want out of life. You a gazelle, you're going to have an average experience. You a student, I need you in lion mode. You a teacher, I need you in lion mode. You an entrepreneur, I need you in lion mode.
Figure out a way to beat them anyway. Winners don't make excuses when the other side plays the game.
Winning is simply a mindset. A mindset, however, that is only developed by outstanding individuals. It's not about talent, it's about effort. When everyone expects you to give up, effort will drag you from the canvas when you have been knocked out by life. Winning is not some special reward only reserved for the lucky among us. They will tell you it is luck, but it's not. When you have put in the hard work, when no one is watching, attitudes and champion hearts. If you throw me to the wolves, know that I will return leading the pack. It only takes one moment to decide you are going to be a winner. One moment is all it takes. Say no to say never again. Never again will I settle. Never again will I accept it to separate myself from the rest. Win at all costs. Winning is simply a mindset. A mindset, however, that is only developed by outstanding individuals. Are you outstanding? Outwork your competition. If you outwork your opponent day in and day out, you will beat him come game day. There is no question. But you have to have commitment and discipline to be better day in and day out, always giving more than your opponent. One more rep, one more set, one more mile. That is what it takes to get the edge. Winning is what happens when deep down inside you got tired of losing. Winning is what happens when your desire to win is greater than your fear of failure. Winning is what happens when your why is bigger than your opponent's why. When your hunger is greater, no, it won't take second anymore. No longer will I settle. I deserve first. First is mine, and I will take what is my win at all costs. Sometimes it's gonna hurt. Sometimes it might even seem impossible. But remember, it's only impossible if you give up. If you stay in the game, hang in there, give yourself a shot. It is possible. Make sure your opponent, look him in the eyes and look him in the eyes, and you will see his fear, because he knows he's not ready for you. Not today. This is your time. Refuse to give up. Never settle and win at all costs.
When you step out on that field, everyone is equal. Talent, it means nothing. They may be more talented than you, but if you show more heart, if you show more focus, if you just decide this day that you will never accept second place to anyone, if you do that, there's no one we cannot defeat. And there's no one that will want to challenge us ever again. So do you want to go out there like every other player, like every other team? Or do you want to stand up this day to make this day count?
Make it count. Leave your heart and soul out on that field. Make them remember who you are. Make them scared to ever set foot on the field with you ever again. Make them remember who you are. They will remember who you are. Make it count.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Every tackle, make it count. Every challenge, make it count. Every contest, make it count. Every shot, every pass, make it count.
Stand up this day. This day you write your future. You decide who will walk away the winner. No one else. Today, if you go down, get back up. If you feel pain, tell yourself, there is no pain. The only pain that exists is the pain of defeat. And today, we will not be defeated. If your opponent is tough, you must be tougher. Today, we make it count. Today, we set the tone for the rest of our career, for the rest of our lives. That tone is of someone who will not be defeated. A warrior, a beast, someone that is not of this world.
Persistence, consistency, resilience, courage, establishing your priorities, mastering self-awareness, maintaining focus, believing that your help is coming, because if your dream only requires you, it's not big enough.
The more you put in, the more you get out.
Yes, it can happen. Yes, you can have it. But you can't sit back no more and wait. You listen to me. You can't sit back and wait for it to happen anymore. Now we're going to go get it. We're going to go after it.
It's on you. It's time to get back to work. Don't make excuses. Don't blame any other person or any other thing.
It's your heart and your fucking soul that you gotta put into this shit.
I don't care what you're gonna do, but go out there and make something of yourself for God's sake.
It ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward.
I want you to fail, and I want you to get up and do it again.
Don't be afraid of failing, because there's nothing wrong with failing.
Say to yourself, it's not over until I win.
That's how winning is done.
Take ownership of your life.
Here's the truth. This is the reality. Nobody's going to believe in you until you've already done it. Nobody's going to come and celebrate with you until you've already done it. The work is going to come before the belief, which means you're going to have to work for a long fucking time by yourself with no applause, with no awards, with nobody telling you good job. Because if you really want motherfuckers to believe in you, go out and build something great.
Far too many of you worry way too much about other people and not enough about your fucking selves. When you spend your energy focusing on what other people are doing instead of executing on your own opportunities, you are setting yourself up to fucking fail time and time again. And this goes against what society is, right? Society is all about gossip. It's all about talk. It's all about who's doing what. And it's never about worrying about what you're doing. That's why you don't see successful people hanging out with people like that. Because they worry about their own shit, they worry about their own actions, and they worry about how they can get better at it. How about you take the time you spend gossiping and talking about and worrying about other motherfuckers and put that same time into developing yourself?
I just beat me. This ain't about nobody else. I don't give a fuck about nobody else. I just beat me. If I can keep beating myself, then that means that I'm in a battle with the only person that I really want to fucking beat, and that's me. If I can continue to outdo me from the day before, then I'm ahead.
My number one competition is me. It's always
You versus you. You got to be the one to get up every morning, be disciplined, put in the consistent daily hard work, because that gains success. No coach, no trainer, no mentor, no boss can do it. You versus you.
Dedication, hard works. Dedication, hard works. Dedication, hard works. On one man army, the world can go against me. I'm still coming on top. I got God on my side.
And you gotta get to the point where there's no other human that wants your success for you more than you want it for you. Whatever your hand find to do, execute, execute, execute.
You have to begin to fortify yourself. You have to begin to consciously monitor your inner conversation and start talking to yourself. Start building yourself up. Sometimes the only good things you will hear about you are the things that you say to you. Start building yourself up. Start encouraging yourself. Start saying, I can do this. I can make this happen. Change the way you see yourself and begin to tend to the personal details. Understand that nobody's going to take care of your business better than you. You've got to work on yourself. You've got to develop yourself. You've got to talk to yourself day in and day out, selling yourself on you and on your potentials.
Stay focused. Don't listen to nobody. What's on your mind, just do it. Because what's destined for you, you gonna get it.
Who's the best player in the world ever?
Me. In my mind, I'm always the best. I don't care what the people are thinking, what they say. In my mind, not just this year, but always, I'm always the best. I'm always gonna say that because I think we have to thinking we are the best in our area. So in my area, I think I'm the best.
Do you think what makes you different to the others, to the next rung on the ladder, if you like, of very good players, is the dedication level that you put in?
I think I'm good, but I think my main strength, it's my mind. I think it's my strongest point, it's my mind. Because the numbers they don't like. If you see during the last 15 years, my level is always kind of the same. So effort, dedication, work hard, because the talent is not enough anymore. And if you don't dedicate it 100%, not gonna reach the level that you want. For example, you arrive home, you had a lunch, you do it a quick nap, and you wake up, you play with your kids. Well, it's part of my sacrifice, my obsession to win, to have success. You know, when I say success, it's, I work for that. Talent is not enough. I dedicate myself so much that this is part of me. Records is part of me. I don't follow the records. The records follow me, which is different.
Are you addicted to winning?
Yes, I am. I'm addicted to the success.
That's the thing that really drives you?
Yes, I think so. And I think it's not something bad. I think it's good. It motivates me. And I have to go to the gym at least 30, 40 minutes, but this will make the difference at the end of the day, you understand? If you not do that work, you miss one. The next day, it's 2 sessions that you lost. And I know at the end of the day, in the hand, they're gonna make a huge difference. This is why I'm 34, and I look again. I remember when I was 18, 19, 20s, I'm always look to see the best players, like Mr. Roy, Ferdinand, Roy King, and gigs. This is why I have the successful that I have and longevity, because I take care of my body, my mentality, my head, because I see these guys and I learn from them.
When you try and give advice to the younger players, what do you say to them? What do you try and guide them?
But I'm not complaining. I just want to say that I'm feel happy. All this happened because the reason is I'm unbelievable inside the pitch. This is why people have so much interest on me. The league, to win the league, it's a marathon. It's not a sprint, a 100-meter sprint. You have to be consistent. The best players always follow the best players. They want to be in the top of the game because the other ones, they are there. You know, you cannot rest or sleep because the other one can pass you. Of course, we fight with everyone. With Neymar, with Messi, with Lewandowski, with Higuain. You know, with the top of the best players in the world. So operations is healthy and we fight, you know, to be the best. This is why it's my main point, it's my motivation, it's to be better than them, year after year. In my opinion, the main point is they should coming from inside you. You should be.
Is there anything that Lionel Messi is better than you at?
It's opinions. I respect the opinions. Maybe in your opinion, Messi is better than me, but in my mind, I'm better than him. So it's simple.
Is that rivalry a good thing?
For me, rival don't exist. The meaning of this word is not, don't exist. Rivals is in a war. This is it. We have rivals. In football, no, it's just a game. Not just in the games. I'm in the training, I'm like that. In the home, with my sisters, with my mom, with my nephews, I'm always try to competitive hard and try to win. I'm like that. You know, I never change. Because I like this. I like what I do. I like my life. I'm a happy person. When I'm 12 years old, most of the people told me, Cristiano, you are a very, very good talent player, but you are very skinny, very slim. And I put it in my mind, the body we can improve. We can improve. You go to gym, dedication and hard work, you can improve. So I improve myself. You have to work. I try to do it almost every day. This is why I'm in a top level many, many years. Because I do it extra outside the pitch. Because I really like to put myself in the pressure to see what I can do. Maybe sometimes I agree, maybe I have bad image in the pitch because I'm too serious, I take serious. But if you really know me, if you are my friend, if you live inside my house, if you share the day with me, you will know that I hate to lose. The people who call me arrogant, most of them, I like, one day to sit with them and to have a chat with them to see which way they see that I am arrogant. Because I think they have to sit with me, to speak with me, to know who is real Cristiano.
What's your secret? Because you're showing no signs of slowing down, Cristiano.
No secrets, don't exist secrets. The secret is dedication and hard work. To be able to work 100% all the time. This is, if exists words, this is my secret. It's the last years as a business. I saw many things that I'm disappointing. The passion for the game still intact, but in the same way, I saw other things as well, which is surprised me, but in the same way, it's part of the business, because if you see the world how it is in the moment, it's all business. Everyone take on itself. Everyone, they are more individual. Listen, you have one game. After 3-4 days, you have to be in the national team preparation for the World Cup. It's hard. Sometimes you have to sell everything and be with your family, take the best decisions. And in this summer, I didn't feel comfortable. I feel uncomfortable the way they treat me, especially the press, they doubt about me, the professional that I am. It's impossible to be 21 in the top of the game if you're not professional. They doubt about me, which is make me feel very sad, because in my life, I'm always one of the best professionals. This is why I'm still playing the high level. I'm always say it's all package, First of all, it's the talent helps a lot, of course. But of course, the ethic of work. You have to put in your mind ethic of work when you are professional. So, and of course, my dreaming coming true. I was professional. I played in the best clubs in the world. I won the most important trophies. So I'm glad to be in this position, but of course this is not coming from the sky. I dedicate myself and I'm working hard, and this is why the goals and all the achievements that I get coming from dedication and hard work. In the beginning, when I was very young, I did a lot and do extra trainings to improve my, my skills, the dribblings and everything. But, I think you're working well, because, what I am today is started from that moments that I did weights in my feet and jumping and do dribblings, and I take it off and I feel more faster. So it was funny, and I remember so good, and I'm happy to have this memory, what I did the last, let's say 15 years. So it's good improvement. So this is what I've tried to do, to be good, to be in a good shape, and try to enjoy the people. This is what I love to do. I have to improve, and I want to improve. And I see myself to do it when I'm retired, to speak for millions of people, advices, how to be a professional player, how to maintain your longevity, how, I'm not a psychologist, but I passed through many things, and I can, bubble, how to win, which is the most important. I think that's what it's all about. I have experience I can help many people in that way if they want my help. I will listen to it, right? For sure. Especially the young people. I want to be with the young people, to speak with them, not only for them, but for the fathers as well, to put them in the right spot. I see football now as a business, to be honest. I don't understand. They treat your players like a piece of meat. I say, yes, you say everything. It's true. When they want you, when they count with you, they give you everything. When they don't, they try to make a hard life to you. I see football. I'm always say it was the toughest time in my life. It was when I left my family with 11 years old to live in a different world, which is Lisbon, in the same country, but it looked like it's a different part of the world. I was crying almost every day to miss my family, but I'm not regret because it was probably the more intense moments in my life that I lived through. So without sacrifice, cannot win nothing. So I did an unbelievable sacrifice, my family too, and I think it was. I think I did a good option. It's stupid question when the people say, they are not the same. Nobody is the same. Day by day we're getting old. Every one of us. You understand? It's normal. You have to adapt. And I think nobody in this game have this brain that adapts with his age. I'm not want to be cocky to say that I'm the same that when I was 20. Of course no. But I'm adapt and I be smart to know my strength, what I'm good to do. And I'm still playing the high level and I score goals and I will continue to score goals if my mind is clear and happy and if the people surround me that help me to be a successful player, especially the coach, the president, directives. But when you feel that the energy don't go surround you, it's difficult you to be yourself, which has happened. This is what's happened with me. When I arrive in Manchester United, I always be available to help the team to do the good things, to put in the right spots, to compete with the best teams. But it awards to advice to the club because the trophies that I won, individual and collective, I think I can help a lot. But when the infrastructure is not good, they criticize me when I don't speak. Of course, when I'm going to speak, they criticize me even more. But it's something that I can deal with that. I know I'm going to disappoint a few people. Maybe I'm going to make happy a few people, but it is what it is. The life it's completely difficult. We have obstacles in our lives. And I will keep running to fight against the people who don't believe me. And the life is a challenge. And I want the people that they're wrong. Nobody is perfect. Episodes in the life we all have. Is part of the human beings. It's part of me to be a human being and father as well. I always will commit mistakes, but I don't know. It's hard to tell you right now what's going to happen in the World Cup because my focus is always for the World Cup, for the Portugal national. Proud of yourself and look in the mirror and say, listen, I give everything. And I think we have to believe on that. If not, it will be a nightmare. Sure, I'm in history of football, what I did and what I'm continue to do. But one of the best players in history, for me, the number one in history. But for some fans, the number one, for the other ones, the second, doesn't matter. I know I'm in history of football, one of the greatest ever.
When you have a tombstone, when you die and you have your own tombstone,
okay,
and it says, here lies Cristiano Ronaldo, how would you like to be remembered as a man? To write your own tombstone.
Sacrifice greater than reward. This is so true. And when you do these things, you'll start seeing that okay, well, I used to do this. And when you go out and you don't do it anymore, it's very, very clear that you've made the right decision, because your friends will still be doing that. And you'll find yourself that you don't fit in with that crowd anymore. You just don't fit in.
Do you want to be the best?
Yeah.
I read somewhere you said you want to be best defender, best shooter, best. How do you avoid complacency as an individual when everywhere you turn, you're the man, you're the number one sophomore in the nation? What pushes you to continue to get better?
You know, every day you gotta go out there and work, because there's someone out there working too. And if you stop, I think they can pass you up. So every day, my coaches push me, I push myself, and my teammates push me. My mother brought me up real good. And it's pretty easy because the way I was brought up, that she taught me so much things besides basketball. And that helps me be level-headed.
If all you guys are going left, it's that one person who say, you know what, left's not the right way. I'm gonna go right. Who didn't follow the crowd. That person who's not afraid of doing what they believe is right in their heart and not following someone else because someone else said, let's go this way, and they agree with everybody. I don't like yes men or yes women. If you're right, you're right. We're gonna follow you. But I like people who stand for something, they believe in something, and this is the way I'm gonna go whether you like me or not. And that's what it's about.
If you want to kill a big dream, tell it to a small-minded person. I told everybody at 10 years old I was going to be on TV. I had a little problem when I said that. I had a severe stuttering problem. I could not talk outside of my house. So when I wrote on that paper, the assignment was write on a piece of paper what you want to be when you grow up. I'm 10. I wrote I want to be on TV. That was that faith. The belief in things that you cannot see. I ain't see no way I could be on TV, but I wrote it down. I didn't know no better. I'm 10, I wrote it down. And she just said, why would you write something like this on your paper? And I'm standing out. I'm trying to get it out. She said, who in this school ever been on TV? Who in your family ever been on TV? Who in this neighborhood ever been on TV? She said, look at you standing there. You can't even talk. How they gonna put somebody like you on TV? So every Christmas, I send her a flat screen TV. Cause I don't want her to miss me. I want her to see what God had done for me.
You know, I know lots of people who never became successful that worked really hard. Do you? Do you? Do you really? Because I don't think you do. I don't think you actually know anybody like that. I don't think you know anybody like that. I think people are where they deserve to be.
People only root for people who don't need it. Like the amount of times when I was on my lonely path where I was too different from the friends that I had, but not successful enough to be friends with the people that I wanted to be friends with.
Time to train at that time. Set a time to go to sleep at that time. Set a time to get up at that time. Don't tell yourself you need to do something and then don't do it. That's what I was talking about with Ariel. I knew in my head I was saying, get up at this time. I didn't get up at that time. Train at this time. I didn't train at that time. Don't eat this. I ate that. Don't drink that. I drank it. And these all just infiltrate my mental strength.
Just little kind of defeats.
Exactly, little defeats instead of wins. And it just culminates into, and you just don't want to be here. So I'm just figuring myself out like I've never figured myself out before.
No matter what it is, many times you say to yourself, I gotta lose weight, I'm too fat. And then you know what? During the day you eat at night, and the next day you get mad at yourself. Well, what do you want? What do you want? You gotta change something. You cannot change your life unless you change something. If you always do what you always did, you'll always get what you always got.
But I think my main strength, it's my mind. I think it's my strongest point, it's my mind. Because the numbers, they don't lie. If you see during the last 15 years, my level is always kind of the same. So effort, dedication, work hard, because the talent is not enough anymore. And if you don't dedicate it 100%, you're not gonna reach the level that you want.
Just work like hell. I mean, you just have to put in, 80 to 100 hour weeks every week. And then
a lot of work.
all those things improve the odds of success.
Okay.
I mean, if other people are putting in 40-hour work weeks and you're putting in 100-hour work weeks, then even if you're doing the same thing, you know that in 1 year you will achieve what they achieve. You will achieve in 4 months what it takes them a year to achieve.
And so, like, I used to tell this when I was selling weight loss to people. I'd say, like, who cares if you get in shape for 6 weeks out of 80 years? And, like, right as they're about to sign up for a membership, I was like, you want to sign, and then this is how I would sell longer memberships, but, like, it's also true. It's like, you want to sign up for the 6 weeks, but, like, Susan, like, who cares if you lose 20 pounds and you're still overweight 6 weeks from now, and then you gain it back the next 6 weeks and you're still the exact same weight for the rest of your life? And so I think the absolute dedication to maximization so that it becomes a part of your identity and your character has been one of the outsized returns that I've gotten in my life. And just being absolutely willing to like, I'm pretty violent about this, but, like, list all the things that you aren't willing to give up for the dreams that you have. And that is what the person who will beat you is willing to give up.
More work is always going to result in better results in everything we do in life. The more you put into something, the more you're going to get out. Don't do so much. You're doing too much. Bullshit. Bullshit.
I'm 33 and I've dedicated my full life to this. I had no youth life. I had no teenage life. I had no young adult life, because guess what? While all my friends and people who I knew were out drinking and partying and enjoying life, what was I doing? Running 10 miles down the road in the rain, or killing myself in a boxing gym. And then people say to me, you know what, you're lucky. You're a lucky man, you are. I'm lucky because I fucking worked all the hours that God gave me. I'm lucky because I pushed it further than everybody else would dare to do. I'm lucky because I trained so hard that I can't be beaten. That's a lucky man. I don't think so. I'm not lucky, I'm blessed. I'm blessed to have that determination, that drive. And it's not for success. It's just to be happy today, tomorrow, and the next day. But most importantly, be happy for today. Because, you know, tomorrow ain't promised to nobody. As we all know quite clearly, tomorrow is no certain gift at all. But today we have.
Well, where do you go to? You wake up on a morning, it's cold, it's wet, it's dark, you've got no cartilage in your knee, you've got shorts, whatever it is that's the issue today.
Keep talking.
You've got these problems, right?
I need you to keep talking about what you were just saying.
It's warm on the couch. Your missus says stay in bed. It's comfy, it's cozy. You've got work later on. You had an argument last night. You're slightly hungover.
Because I know every motherfucker ain't going to do what I'm going to do.
The life we live, guys, is a differential of margins that's almost unmeasurable. What is successful and what is failure, the differential are so small. We're talking about seconds. We're talking about, reps. We're talking about the finest echelon of measurement that will make or break someone's life to be successful at that moment. And once that moment's successful, that gives a birth of a lifestyle that's unbeatable, second to none. But in order to have that first success, you must ensure yourself that you're giving it all you can today. Because the future, we don't know, do we? We're training for that. And when I hear people say terms like good enough, bothers me to an nth degree, because they are saying something that is justified at the moment, but not quantitative until a future endeavor of life. So therefore, they are passing judgment on now for a future event that they knew nothing about. They're bullshit. Good enough, if you think about it, good is a positive, enough's a negative. That's an oxymoron right there. It's hypocritical in its own sense. There is nothing that's ever good enough. The only thing that's enough is at the end of the day, the nth hour, the final hour, whatever you're going for, that your hand is raised victoriously. That's when you know it's enough. And you're in the gym right now to ensure that event goes your way. And it will never go your way, guys, if you're saying today is good enough. If you never say good enough today, I promise you tomorrow will always be enough. Whenever good enough isn't enough, you can bet tomorrow you'll have enough.
Yeah, I say it all the time. You have to suffer. You have to make that a tattoo on your fucking brain, so when that hard time comes again, you don't forget it. You may forget it for a second, but you can go back in the cookie jar, I call it. It's something that we've all endured. I call it the cookie jar, and we often forget how hard we are, but you gotta reflect back. Take a couple seconds, reflect. I've been through this, I've been through that. And then remind yourself, I'm a bad motherfucker. And then you can get through that shit. But if you don't believe it, you haven't endured shit, you're just blowing smoke, man. And you're not gonna get through anything.
You're willing to shoulder more than your responsibility of life because you expect and demand something more of life. Champion's mentality, man. Hoping for a good result. You're demanding a motherfucking result. You're going above and beyond what's expected in the gym, what normal people do. You do more than what's normal because you want more than a normal return of life's investment.
Be the guy who embraces the ugly, the miserable. Be the guy who embraces hard work, the grind. Don't be afraid of being hurt. Don't be afraid of sacrificing some blood.
But I tell you, the harder and harder you work in here, the harder and harder it becomes to accept failure out there. Second place isn't an option anymore, guys. The more you give in here, the more you get out there. Why would you not want to give it at all? What else are you going to do? You come here and kill it right now? Or stay home on the couch? You know, watching the life pass you by. What else would you be doing right now? Taking the time off? Or taking the time to get ahead? If it doesn't seem so easy to you, it's because you don't believe in yourself. You believe in yourself. You want to be in here killing it. Because giving you that much more of a chance because you believe you can become that. Because they don't believe they can ever get there. So therefore, why take the precautionary steps to sharpen and hone the arsenal to really go to battle? Because they don't even want to go to battle because they know they're going to lose. How do you want to look in the mirror? Every single morning, do you want a positive reinforcement or do you want a negative one about your day? How do you want people to see you?
It's supposed to be hard. If it wasn't hard, everyone would do it. The hard is what makes it great.
One thing important is that we all have these moments in time that either make you or break you, that can determine the rest of your life. The rest of your life can be determined by one simple decision. And I had a decision to make. I wanted to quit. I wanted to give up. There wasn't some inspirational quote. There wasn't nothing. It was me, myself, and it was freezing out here. I had to make a decision. The decision I made was to get up and keep on going. That one moment changed the rest of my life.
To get something you never had, you have to do something you never did.
What if? A lot of times I'll be in a 200-mile run or something like that, and I'm all jacked up. Body's broken, mind's broken, spirit's broken. I start to say, what if I can pull this off? It's the what if I can pull off a f***ing miracle. What if I can become someone that no one thinks I can be? And just me talking about that, I have the hair going up on my arms because it makes me just like, what if? So in this job, you're looking for cockroaches, looking for rodents and stuff like that. And this next morning or this next night, I went to work and I don't like cockroaches too much. I hit the mother load of cockroaches. And this restaurant got full of cockroaches and rodents and everything else. And I sat there and said, this is my life. I said, this is my life. You are exactly who this is it. And I said, this ain't gonna be it for me. So in that restaurant, I quit my job, left my canister in that restaurant, my spray canister, got back in my Ecolab truck, and I went home. And I started working out like somebody. I became the most obsessed person on the planet Earth. And I was basically, I had to invent a guy that didn't exist. I had to invent a guy that can take any pain, any suffering, any kind of judgment, be called whatever the f*** in the world, and be able to stand in the room and say, go f*** yourself. I had to build this callous mind, and I built it through suffering. I built it through downright and just crushing myself. If it was raining outside at 3 o'clock in the morning, if it was snowing, the first instinct is don't go out there and do shit. My instinct was, we gotta go out there. Anything that was fucking horrible in my life that I would normally say no, that was inhumane to most people, I had to go do it. And I started callousing my mind at this point in my life.
It's supposed to be hard. If it wasn't hard, everyone would do it. The hard is what makes it great.
People need to hear the story. This is an exciting story for people because there's a lot of people out there that feel trapped and they feel stuck and they feel like they can't do anything and this is who they are. You're a guy who felt that exact same way, but figured out how to not be that person and be a person that you would admire. What were the first steps? Like, you had some slips before, right? Because you quit because of the water thing.
Right.
But then when you went back the second time and you decided you're going to lose all that weight and you quit that job, was it just straightforward from there, or were there some days where you just failed and then you picked it back up again?
So my first run, when I decided to lose the weight, I was, like I said, 297. I was about 32% body fat. And my idea was to run 4 miles for my first run. I didn't know how bad it's going to fucking hurt me. I used to run before I was fat, and I was like, I can do this. I ran a quarter mile and walked home. I walked home and sat on my couch and cried. I went to my mom's house, who was about maybe 20 minutes down the road, and cried and get in her couch, saying, man, I can't do this shit. I don't know what I'm going to do. I just got somebody pregnant. My life was just, I was making $1,000 a month. My rent was $810 a month. And my mind just kept with me and kept, you're not good enough, man. This isn't for you, man. These guys are best fuckers on the planet Earth. You're not that. And what it was, and it's kind of funny, I was obsessed with Rocky. Rocky 1 in particular. And when I was a kid, I'd come home every day and I watched this fucking show, Rocky. And I would fast forward with the little VHS tapes to round 14. Round 14 f***ed me up like nobody's business. Why? This song came on, right? So when I bought the pull-up record, I listened to the song for 17 hours. It's 2 minutes and 13 seconds. And I'm able to visualize and dream like nobody's business. And I know that I can create a vision that many people can't. And I work for it. So the vision I had was when Apollo Creed beat the f***ing shit out of Rocky, beat the shit out of him, he kept fighting. He was a dumb fighter, couldn't read, that was me. Couldn't read, couldn't write, just punchy, everything about him. And Apollo beat the shit out of him. He was in that corner and everybody was saying, stay the f*** down. And him getting up, Apollo Creed raised his arms up in the fucking air, turned around, thought he won the fight. He turns around and sees this guy getting up, and it was the face of Apollo Creed that changed my life. The face of Apollo Creed. It was like, just by that motherfucker getting up, not winning, just by him getting the up, Apollo Creed was champ. He's the best. Rocky had taken his soul. Had literally taken his soul. His head goes down. He looks at him like, what the f are you? I wanted to be that. Not Rocky. I wanted to be the guy that people looked at. I don't care if you like me or didn't like, I don't care. But it said, this f***er's gonna keep coming after whatever the f is in front of him. I wanted that. I wanted that worse than anything in the world.
I tell you, the harder and harder you work in here, the harder and harder it becomes to accept failure out there. Second place isn't an option anymore, guys. The more you give in here, the more you get out there. Why would you not want to give it at all? What else are you going to do? You come here and kill it right now? Or stay home on the couch? You know, watching the life pass by. What else would you be doing right now? Taking the time off? Or taking the time to get ahead? If it doesn't seem so easy to you, it's because you don't believe in yourself. You believe in yourself. You want to be in here killing it. Because giving you that much more of a chance because you believe you can become that. Because they don't believe they can ever get there. So therefore, why take the precautionary steps to sharpen and hone the arsenal to really go to battle? Because they don't even want to go to battle because they know they're going to lose. How do you want to look in the mirror? Every single morning, do you want a positive reinforcement or do you want a negative one about you today? How do you want people to see you?
If you didn't withdraw in fear from anything from everything that life threw at you, who could you become? And I would say that's the central religious question in some real deep sense. Are more things thrown at us than we can manage? Well, that's a tricky question because pretty dreadful things are thrown our way. And you might say, well, that's just presents an insuperable barrier to progress. That's not very helpful because you're alive, here you are, you've got these problems to contend with. And if it's an impossible task, then how could you be anything but hopeless and desperate? But then you think, well, wait a second. How would things transform if I took this on as a voluntary adventure?
To get through where I became, to get through where I'm at now, there's nothing but pride I have for myself that I can't really show people. Because I have this face that they see like, are you happy? What's wrong with you? I'm driven. I'm obsessed. And that's what you see. That's it.
You have to pick a path of discipline.
I found that nothing in life is worthwhile unless you take risks. Nothing.
Motivation is a feeling that comes and goes, and it doesn't matter whether it's there or not. Discipline is infinitely more important. So no matter how you feel, get up and do what you're supposed to do. That's it. And that's discipline. That's not motivation. If you only did what you were supposed to do when you were motivated to do it, that's leaving it to chance. But if you're disciplined, you go do what you're supposed to do. That's the way it works.
And this thing that people do where they avoid discomfort, it sounds ridiculous, but then it just creates more discomfort. You don't realize that in embracing discomfort and forcing yourself to do something very uncomfortable that you can control, like an ice bath, like a sauna, like a run, like a workout, you are eliminating another form of discomfort. I torture myself physically. I'm always working out. I'm always exhausted. I'm always taking ice baths. I was in the sauna before I got here today. I'm always doing something. Always. I never have a day where there's not some kind of struggle. If I have a day where I just lay around, I'm like, this is weird. Like, it's one of the things that I have to do on vacation. When I get up in the morning, whenever I'm on vacation, the first thing I do is work out. I'm like, I gotta do this, otherwise I'm not gonna be able to enjoy this time off with my family. I gotta get up before everybody else, and I gotta work out hard.
Look, when you're a kid, you're all potential. It's chaotic potential. It can manifest itself in any number of ways. And maybe you don't want to give that up. So you're like Peter Pan. You want to be a kid forever because you don't want to give up the potential. And you look out in the world and all you see are Captain Hooks, who've lost a hand, who are chased by death because that's the clock in the crocodile. It's already got a taste of him. He's terrified by death and he's a tyrant. Well, I don't want to grow up to be that. So I won't be disciplined at all. Well, that's no good because the way the potential transforms itself into actuality is through discipline.
Our minds are like a garage. And the garage, if you open a garage and it's all cluttered up, it's all f***ed up, you can't put your car in there. You got fucking boats and you got kids' toys and everywhere. But if you organize that fucking garage and you put everything in its rightful spot, you can put that car in there. You can put 2 cars in there. You can put bikes in there. And that's like with the mind. People talk about discipline and determination and repetitions and all this bit. Consistency. Why people fall off the wagon so often is because their mind is full of it. There's no room in that mind for discipline. There's no room for consistency. They may do it once or twice, but then the mind takes over and that cluttered fucking garage comes in. And then it's like a circuit breaker, man. The circuit breaker just overloads and sparks. And our minds, that's our mind, man. It's like a fucking circuit breaker. That's so much shit. You keep on loading it. You can't put any more into it. Clearing space in your mind so that you have room for all those discipline, waking up early, taking those, because they do mean something. But we don't get to that fucking dark matter that is keeping you from clearing out that mental garage.
Well, I don't know what to do. It's like, that's okay. Nobody does. Go do something. Do the best thing that you can think of. Put the best plan you have into practice. It's not going to be perfect and it will change along the way. But it will change partly because you become disciplined pursuing the path. And as you become disciplined, you become wiser. And as you become wiser, you become able to formulate better and better plans.
There is no passion to be found playing small and settling for a life that's less than the one you're capable of living. I'm sure people have told you to make sure you have something to fall back on. Make sure you got something to fall back on, honey. But I never understood that concept. Having something to fall back on. If I'm going to fall, I don't want to fall back on anything. I want to fall forward. I figure at least this way I'll see what I'm going to hit.
The thing is with me is I don't give up. I don't give up.
Yeah.
What anybody says or what anybody thinks, I have this mindset. I know exactly who the f- I am. I have my circle of people that I hang around with who know me and know what I'm about and whatever. And anybody else who doesn't like it or doesn't want to, you're bad.
There comes a day where push comes to shove, where being mediocre, being like average, just burns and sucks so much. You can't deal with it one more day, and you get off your and you create something that's always been there. It's always been inside of you trying to come out, but you've never wanted to unwrap it because it's too much pain and commitment. You were scared you were going to fail. You were scared if you started, you never finish it. You didn't want to tell anyone about it. You knew it was there, but you never wanted to embark on it until something hits. You get fired or somebody else gets success, remind you of what you could have been. And then the spark is born. And no matter what happens, I'm never going to be in this boat again. And you get up and you go, even if it gets knocked down, you just keep going. You're a wild man. And life has never been so sweet.
And, you know, you learn from those mistakes. Those failures that you have just so consequential. And then you don't want that to happen again. So you got to be either quit or get way better.
And then the next day comes and you're back playing again, and you understand that life has this cyclical nature where it's, you know, what you do on Monday is fantastic, but then Tuesday is a bad day. But guess what? There's Wednesday. Yeah. So are we just supposed to live our lives like this the whole time? You know, versus just staying like this and understanding that it's really just a journey of evolution every day. It's just constant improvement, constant curiosity, constantly getting better. The results don't really matter. It's the figuring out that matters.
Yeah. And we all get obsessed about the results. Like we get obsessed about like the output.
Yeah.
Not the input, of not figuring it out and not like changing things. What you said, trial and error, like the experimenting.
If there's potential inside of you, which you know is there, but you're too scared to tell anyone else about it, and you go on and on, get older and older and older and older, and the windows of opportunity start to close, and you knew it could have been given birth to, but you never did it, I promise you, it will haunt you. It'll be more, it's a living nightmare, dude. That fact that you had the ability to do something and you're too weak to turn the key and start the engine on it is a greater disappointment and a greater burden to carry than any of this physical sweat equity or pain in the gym or sacrifice. All that is just nothing compared to a life where you're burdened by regret, guys.
Emotions come and go. The important thing is to accept them all, to embrace them all, and then you can choose to do with them what you want versus being controlled by emotion. You know, a lot of times I've seen players, even myself, you know, when I was younger, being consumed by a particular fear, and to the point where you're saying, okay, nah, it's not good to feel fear. I shouldn't be nervous in a situation like that. And it does nothing but grow. Versus stepping back and saying, yeah, I am nervous about the situation. Yeah, I am fearful about the situation. Well, what am I afraid of? And then you kind of unpack it. And then it gives you the ability to look at it for really what it is, which is nothing more than your imagination running its course.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I love that. Because what you're saying is that when you're dealing with something, it's almost like, how can I get to the root of it?
Yeah.
Because sometimes what we're dealing with, like you're saying, it's an imagination, an illusion. It's not really...
It's not really a thing.
Next time you're facing a fear, next time you're going against something, do that. Like literally unpack it. Don't just settle for your first answer, because the first answer is rarely the right one.
Don't hide from it. You know, you got to be able to look at it and, you know, and deal with it head on.
Yeah. I love that, man.
Say, man, me and you are going to do this together. And you're going to be on my if I start slacking. I'm going to be on your if I start slacking. And I'll never accept mediocre again. I'm always going to give it my 110%. That's the only thing I can ever say a solid day's work. That's all that will ever find peace in. If you guys do not do that, I promise you, your life will haunt you for the rest of your days. I hope you guys get what I'm saying. I'm telling you what, man, once you get it, come on over this side of the fence, you don't see problems anymore, man. You see situations. You see possibilities. And you can't wait to get them started, man. You're like, why did I wait so long to engage?
It doesn't matter about the past. It's today. What are we doing today? What are we going to engage now? And once we engage, we commit. There's no half commitment. There's no quarter commitment. There's no three-quarter. It's full commitment. Once we engage, it's every day we engage. Because that's the better life. And the people you will surround yourself are like-minded. And they're better friends. Friends and family for life, man. They have your back. They're solid individuals doing solid tasks, leaving a solid impact of legacy for other people. That's a f***ing solid life, man. It's your option, though. What are you going to do?
Monday, get better. Tuesday, get better. Wednesday, get better, right? And you do that over a period of time, not like 1 month or 2 months. I mean, it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years. And then you can get to where you want to go.
Consistency doesn't guarantee that you'll be successful, but not being consistent will guarantee that you won't reach success. An easy productivity hack: instead of spending time getting in the mood to work, just start working. Confront the work. People think they need perfect conditions to start, when in reality, starting is the perfect condition.
1 day in the gym is basically imperceivable. 2 days in the gym, you don't recognize any change whatsoever. 100 days in the gym, and you're almost a new person. 1 day of playing guitar, you can barely play one chord. 100 days of practicing guitar, and you can play literally almost any song. So take the small steps every day. Do what you're supposed to do. And don't expect some incredible results in 1 day or 2 days or 10 days. Worthwhile things take 100 days. They take 500 days. Maybe they take 5,000 days. They take time.
If you go to the gym and you work out and you come back and you look in the mirror, you will see nothing. And if you go to the gym the next day and you come back and you look in the mirror, you will see nothing. Clearly there's no results, can't be measured, it must not be effective. So we quit. Or if you fundamentally believe that this is the right course of action and you stick with it, you commit yourself to the regime, the exercise. You can screw it up. You can eat chocolate cake one day, you can skip a day or two. It allows for that. But if you stick with it consistently, I'm not exactly sure what day, but I know you'll start getting into shape. I know it. Going to the gym for 9 hours does not get you into shape. Working out every day for 20 minutes gets you into shape. It's not about the events. It's not about intensity. It's about consistency.
But more importantly, consistency, because without commitment, you'll never start. But without consistency, you'll never finish.
So this guy just passed me. He said, God, just be average today. Some of you just don't understand. Some of you have been average for so damn long, you don't know what it is to do hard work. But there's a lot of you out there who want to be much more than average, but just don't know how to do it every single day, the grind. You need to find someone to oil those fucking gears up. So check it out. This is a mindset. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not. But there's a f***er out there who wants what you have. Who wants the position you are? Who wants the job you have? Who wants the wife that you have? Or the husband? There's someone out there hungry and wants everything you can have. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not. But if it is, it's gonna be your ass. So make that a motivation for you. Stay hard.
Some people it's attractive and they go, I want to do that too. Like, you seem pretty happy despite all the stress you're under. Like, how are you doing that? And I'll tell people that because I create my own bullshit, and my own it's way harder than whatever I'm facing in the world. And that's how I mitigate the stress of success and pressure and criticism and all that stuff. Like, I do to myself way worse than they're ever going to do to me. So that's how I mitigate it. Also, I calm my body. I calm my mind through calming my body, and I calm my body through work. I make it work, and I make myself do things that are very uncomfortable, that I don't want to do. And by doing that, I develop this strength and perseverance. And some people hear that and I'm like, I don't even want to. take a fucking nap. You're exhausted. Like, I'm not you. I don't do that. And they just like, it takes them away from that. And I'm like, you don't even have to do that. Just go for a walk every day. It sounds like it's easy to do, but there's when that walk comes and you look at your clock, oh, it's 8 o'clock, time to go for that walk. You're like, I don't want to walk. I'll just rather play video games. I don't want to walk. I'd rather like read emails. I don't want to walk. I'd rather like scroll through TikTok. But if you just force yourself to go for that fucking walk every day, you will develop mental perseverance. You will develop some tenacity. You'll develop the ability to force yourself into work. And it doesn't have to be grueling. It just has to be a thing that you have to do.
Or it's when you get fired from your 5th job, you know, when your wife and kids are on your ass because you don't know how to support them anymore. There comes a fucking day where push comes to shove. Where being mediocre, being like average and shit just fucking burns and sucks so much. You can't deal with it one more day. And you get off your fucking ass and you create something that's always been there. It's always been inside of you trying to come out. But you've never wanted to unwrap it because there's too much fucking pain and commitment. You were scared you were going to fail. You were scared if you started, you never finish it. You didn't want to tell anyone about it. You knew it was there, but you never wanted to embark on it until something fucking hits. You get fired or somebody else gets success, remind you of what you could have been. And then that fucking spark is born. And no matter what happens, I'm never going to be in this boat again. And you get up and you go, even if it gets knocked down, you just keep going. You're a wild man. And life has never been so sweet. That can happen at an early age. It can happen at a later age. It's going to happen to somebody no matter what, it's going to happen to you. And when it does happen to you, thank your lucky stars that finally you're alive. It's time to unwrap the potential you can be. Superior, man. It's within you. It's within every single one of us. And the people that have risen to that level were no different than any one of us. It's just they believed it and they were willing to work their fucking ass off to get it. It wasn't about the potential. It wasn't about the genetics. It was about the perseverance. And it was about being the hardest fucking worker in the room.
Do you ever have a day where you just think, yeah, I can't be asked to do anything. I'm not going for a run. I'm not stretching. I'm doing nothing.
Every day.
Yeah. So you have the thought, but you don't have the day.
Every day.
Do you ever let yourself have a day when you just watch Netflix?
Never, because
you
guess
shit
what?
on Netflix.
I'm haunted. No, I can't do it. I can't do it. There may be some days I get up with poopy pants and I'm like, you know what, man? Fuck this, man. Like, what am I training for?
Yeah.
I have no race on the docket. Why am I having this such a structured life? Why? And I'm like, you know what? I'm good. I'm done. I retire every day.
Yeah.
I'm done with this shit. And I sit around and I say, okay. And then this is my thought process. So you want to be normal. So you just want to be like everybody else that roams the world, not knowing the power that's in them. Being fine with being mediocre. You want to go back to who you were, huh, David? Like, fuck that, man.
And you have that conversation with yourself every day?
Not every day. It's those bad days.
Yeah.
It's those bad days. I see a whole bunch of people walking around out here who have no idea how talented they truly are. Now I'm talking about talent, like some God-given ability. Talent that sometimes you have to hone, you have to work on, you have to harness yourself. And they just walk around just on their phones, just clueless to how powerful.
Sun don't stop for nobody, man. Sun don't stop. Sun gonna be up in the morning regardless. That sun is gonna be up in the morning regardless of how I feel and how depressed I am. The sun is gonna shine in the morning, and at nighttime the moon gonna be there, and you gonna look up. These days gonna keep going by. So do you let the days go by and look up, and you done wasted a year doing what? Or do you just pick it up? All right, well, gotta figure it out. Made some mistakes. Life goes on. Let me figure out life from this point.
You want to become best, you want to become champion, and now you want to say like you tired. Who cares? You tired or not? Nobody cares about you. He was tired, he have personal problem, family. Nobody cares.
We're all writing a book. What's your book look like? What does your fucking book look like? Like your life is a book. You got a bunch of chapters in your book, but when they close that book, how good was the book? How good was your book? What was the ending to your book?
What was really your work ethic like, and for how long did you stay disciplined?
Well, I mean, every day. I mean, since, for 20 years. I mean, it was an everyday process and trying to figure out strengths and weaknesses. For example, jumping ability. Now, my vertical was a 40, it wasn't a 46 or a 45. My hands are big, but they're not massive, right? So you got to figure out ways to strengthen them so your hands are strong enough to be able to palm a ball and do the things that you need to do. Quickness, I was quick, but not insanely quick. I was fast, but not ridiculously fast, right? So I had to rely on skill a lot more. I had to rely on angles a lot more. I had to study the game a lot more, and it just never changed.
What I found is that winning doesn't happen on show day. It happens in the early mornings, painful workouts, long cardio sessions, and hungry nights. It happens in those moments of fear we all have when faced with a difficult goal, and then more so in what you make of that fear. It happens in every second of every day before you win. If you can take every opportunity you have to bring yourself closer to your goal, win every one of those opportunities, all while becoming more resilient in the process, how can you lose? That is an exciting opportunity.
I became obsessed with being the baddest that God ever created. Am I that? I don't care. I believe it. And I was trying to tell him, once you become obsessed with something, obsessed, it's okay to be unbalanced for a while. It's okay. Don't be all this stuff people say. You got to be balanced. To be the best in the world at what you do. It's not about being a Navy SEAL, people. The best at what you do, you have to be unbalanced to find every bit of energy and strength that you have to pull it off.
How bad do you want it? There's two options. To continue forward, pushing upward. And if you do, that dream is given birth, and forever you will live in the reality of it. If you stop, quit, throw in the towel, I promise you there's no distance you can travel far enough to find that dream again. For it is dead. And in its death, it's replaced by regret.
What's the least amount of sleep you played a game on? Is there a story where it's like, no one knows about, where you went and played a game and it was so insane for whatever reasons?
No sleep.
You played a game with zero sleep.
Zero sleep. Zero sleep. It's like, kids, Natalia had a certain, health situation, what have you, and you're staying up all night, and then you got to go out and perform because fans don't know. Teammates don't know, nor do they care, nor should they, that you've been up all night. You got to perform. Like, I see a lot of players take vacations with other players that are close friends. And they'll just take vacations just to take vacations, or just hang out, just to hang out. Like, I never did that. But it was a choice.
Not though? Why didn't you do that?
Well, because when I retire, I didn't want to have to say, I wish I would have done more.
All week you was work hard. End of the week, if you don't tire it, this is good question. You have to worry about yourself. But this is Saturday. Your 6th day, you work so hard. Of course you're gonna tire it. Tomorrow rest, and Monday we're gonna begin one more training. If you don't want, go back to Dagestan and stay with your mom. She's gonna give you every day good breakfast. You don't do nothing. Stay there. But if you come here, don't complain. You want to become best. You want to become champion. And now you want to say like you tired? Who cares? You tired or not? Nobody cares about you. He was tired. He have personal problem, family. Nobody cares.
A lot of people live their entire lives not fulfilling their purpose. One time in my life I felt that. What was my purpose? Till you find the center of your being, you will continue to walk, going through the motions.
The one companion that's always going to be with you is yourself. Yourself is what you have. And you need to encourage yourself. You need to look around, and you need to be able to say, look, I'm not stuck here unless I choose to stay here. If you don't have somebody who's going to do that, become that somebody.
What's something difficult you're going through that people don't often see?
I mean, my mind is a storm. I don't think most people would want to be me. They may think they would want to be me, but they don't. They don't know. They don't understand.
There's 24 hours in a day where you're alone in this brain, and your brain is talking to you in all kind of ways, and it wants to control you and pull you in these different pockets. You got to tell your brain where you want to go and how you want to get there. If you can't control your own brain, it's over.
Every day when you get out of bed, life's standing right there to kick you in the face, man. Life is going to throw all kinds of crazy shit at you, and you have to be ready for it, and you got to fucking deal with it. You can't curl up into a ball. You can't run away from it. You can't hide. You have to take all this head on. Great things happen and really bad things happen, and you got to take it all in stride, and you got to pick yourself up the next day, strap your fucking shoes back on, and get out there and go to fucking war again.
It's that mentality. It's the mentality, bring it on, motherfucker. I can take it. You can't break this shit. I'm stronger than you think I am. And everything you throw at me and all the hardships you throw at me, you might knock me down, but I get back up and I'll be stronger for it. It's that mentality that builds an iconic status that centuries from now people still talk about.
Nobody cares. You know, at the end of the day, nobody cares what we're going through, how your body feels. Nobody cares. We gotta do our job, and we emphasize that to each other again today. You know, hey, I got your back, you got mine. Nobody cares, man. We gotta go. Is it fair? No. Life is tough sometimes, and it's not fair, and it doesn't care sometimes. But you're gonna hold true to what you believe, and you're gonna hold true to who you are, and you're gonna be that person, whether it's easy or it's not.
I go to such places in my mind, and I study the darkness. There was no team. It was you. There was no weight loss program or mom and dad waking you up saying you can do it, you can be better, trying to build belief. You built belief when you had nothing. Rock bottom. I lived alone for so many years in this misery. I can take myself to such a level of real passion and purpose. I've trained 99% of my life alone. I did all of the work alone.
I never ran from anything because I didn't have nobody to go to. I've always had that, where I'm going. Home to get me. Ain't nobody there. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I've always been in a situation where I'm forced to deal with it myself.
You always have to be the person who roots for you before everyone else does. And it's usually a single clap in the auditorium for a very long period of time. It is a slow clap. That's just you rooting for you. The path of the exceptional person is one of an exception, which means that you are not with other people.
The superpower of learning to be alone and enjoying it. These times where you just think about things, just be alone and think about things are so rare these days. During those rare times is when you really get to understand what you actually believe or don't believe.
It's a lonely journey. You're isolated. Those who used to keep pace with you will fall off. They'll see where their world ends and yours begins. Your ability to suffer, endure, outwork must be greater. You must be willing to extend yourself to the limit with no guarantee of success. Every day, you must ask yourself, did I do enough?
There's a moment when every boy realizes no one's coming to save him. And that's when he becomes a man. And some boys never get there and stay children forever. No one's effing coming to save you.
No one. No one's coming to push you. No one's coming to tell you to turn the TV off. No one's coming to tell you to get out the door and exercise. Nobody's coming to write the business plan for you. It's up to you. Unless you understand that you've got to push yourself, you're not going to make your dreams come true.
Largely, everyone needs to go through the same challenges that you're going through. Every single difficult thing that you do is kind of like a massive wall that you need to get over. And you go, wow, I'm so glad that I've got over that wall. And think about how many other people are going to fall at that wall.
What I've learned is to always keep going. Always. I've come to find out is that, no matter what happens, the storm eventually ends. And when the storm does end, you want to make sure that you're ready. And so I've really learned to put one foot in front of the other, good, bad, or indifferent, because eventually that storm passes.
If you don't show up, guys, you know the outcome. You'll never get the job, never get the part, never get the girl if you don't show up. If you show up, you're putting yourself in a situation to create those opportunities. And when you show up, how hard do you go? That's the faster that opportunity will come to life for you. It's up to you guys. Small down payment that you're willing to pay every day for the large investment of a greater life. You only got one life, guys. If you work it right, you only need one.
I told myself I couldn't quit. I told myself this was going to happen. This is destiny. Whatever is really burning in your heart, you got to really believe in yourself. Even when nobody else won't, you got to believe in yourself and say, I'm not stopping. And I told myself I'd die before I stopped.
When you feel like giving up, don't. When you thinking about giving up, don't. When it look like you ain't gonna make it, keep going. When they tell you you can't, come on, man, who are they? You got to be relentless.
I gotta thank the man up top, G.O.D., because I'm nothing without him. Last but not least, I want to thank me. I want to thank me for believing in me. I want to thank me for doing all this hard work. I want to thank me for having no days off. I want to thank me for never quitting. Snoop Dogg, you a bad...
Do you be yourself and make sure that you love being yourself. And it's going to be roadblocks, it's going to be tribulations, but always remember this is a life experience. Accept the experience, appreciate the experience. Find your journey, respect your journey, and love it.
You're going to realize it one day. That happiness was never about your job or your degree or being in a relationship. It was never about being like the others. That happiness was always about the discovery, the hope, the listening to your heart, and following it wherever it chose to go. Happiness was always about being kinder to yourself. It was always about embracing the person you were becoming. One day you will understand that happiness was always about learning how to live with yourself. That your happiness was never in the hands of others. It was always about you. It was always about you.
Just shut up and let me enjoy this pain. I don't want anything to numb it. I don't want anything right now.
Those times when you get up early and you work hard, those times when you stay up late and you work hard, those times when you don't feel like working, you're too tired, you don't want to push yourself, but you do it anyway. That is actually the dream.
When they saw me in the gym in the pumping iron days, they said, why is it that you're working out so hard? 5 hours a day, 6 hours a day, and you have always a smile on your face. The others are working out just as hard as you do, and they look sour in the face. And I told people all the time, I said, because to me, I'm shooting for a goal. In front of me is the Mr. Universe title. So every rep that I do gets me closer to accomplishing that goal, to make this goal, this vision turn into reality. Every single set that I do, every repetition, every weight that I lift will get me a step closer to turn this goal into reality. So I couldn't wait to do another 500-pound squat. I couldn't wait to do another 500-pound bench press. I couldn't wait to do another 2,000 reps of sit-ups. I couldn't wait for the next exercise.
But where do you go to? You wake up on a morning, it's cold, it's wet, it's dark, you've got no cartilage in your knee, you've got shitty shorts, whatever it is that's the issue today.
Cause I know every motherfucker ain't gonna do what I'm gonna do. I know there's a whole bunch of people with that right there. That fires me up. That makes me fucking happy, what you just said. That brings joy to my life right there.
Why?
Because I know there's so many people that have the ability and just refuse to get off that couch. Refuse to study a few more hours. Refuse to go deeper, to go further. And that's where I gain the advantage. It's so easy to be great nowadays, my friend, because most people are weak.
I get happier about the harder it is because I know that no one else will follow.
It's a selection effect.
And I think if you can shift from this is hard to no one else will be able to do this, then it flips from being this thing that you're like, oh, poor me, to oh, poor everyone else who's going to have to fucking try.
Be the guy who embraces the ugly, the miserable. Be the guy who embraces hard work, the grind. Don't be afraid of being hurt. Don't be afraid of sacrificing some blood.
there was probably 100 days where I didn't want to do anything. I wanted to stay in the pool or stay in my bed and not get out. But those were the days where you have to. You have to get up and do something, because I think that's really what separates the good from the great. The greats do things when they don't always want to do them.
Rich people don't sleep 8 hours a day. That's a third of your life.
I had 130 days in game, just sitting, looking at a screen, playing one character in one game.
If you think ordinary's cool, ain't no problem. But if you are sitting in this room and you have extraordinary aspirations, then you're gonna have to do extra.
Imagine if I could put this kind of focus into something in real life and just make that seem a little bit like a video game. Imagine the results I could get then.
You have to decide if you are willing to do the things to put you in that category.
You know, when you're kind of addicted to it, you can play at any time.
You cannot be sleep 8 hours a day. You can't live in LA and wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning. It's 11 o'clock on the East Coast. The stock market been open 2 hours. They already making decisions about your life and your ass was asleep.
And again, so I was just like, imagine if I could feel like that, but in real life, turn life into a video game.
The Bible says, he who loves to sleep and the folding of hands, poverty will set upon you like a thief in the night.
I have never met anybody who became incredibly successful in any area of their life until they had suffered and sweated and sacrificed and kept their focus and fought through tears and trials and tests. And if you have a dream and you commit to it, it will come to pass.
A blade does not become strong. It does not become tempered until it's been through the fire. Until it's been through the fire.
Nobody cares, you know? At the end of the day, nobody cares. What we're going through, how your body feels, nobody cares. We gotta do our job.
Michael Jordan, I remember I interviewed him years ago, and I said, what makes you the best in the world? Is it skill? Is it talent? Is it ability? Is it background? Is it training? And he was so awesome. He said, Tony, I can tell you the truth, and it won't sound like hyperbole or false modesty. He said, I didn't even make the high school basketball team my sophomore year. I was cut. He said, what it is every day I demand more from myself than anybody else could possibly expect. I don't compete with other people. I compete with what I'm capable of.
I went 5 straight years without missing a single day of workout, 365 days a year. Every single day I was in the water. There are days you're not going to want to do it. I mean, everybody has those days. But it's what you do on those days that help you move forward.
Winning is in all of us. Everybody wants the end result, but what you have to endure to win, no one wants to talk about.
If you know that you were destined for something, and then you can withstand the setbacks, the difficulties, the bullshit, criticism, and all the other things.
You know, everybody can compete when they're feeling good, happy, excited, but it's the best people who can overcome when they're tired, sore. Mental power that the greatest athletes have can push all the pain aside.
The first time I met Stephen Curry back in 2007, it was after his freshman year at Davidson, which was before he blew up. No one knew who Stephen Curry was after his freshman year. But I remember there was a few things really remarkable about him. But the most impressive thing was at the end of the first workout, he came over to me and Steph said, will you rebound for me? Because I don't leave the gym until I swish 5 free throws in a row. I mean, he was conditioning himself to be in that state. He was conditioning himself to do that and to not accept anything less. Mm-hmm. And, you know, one of the reasons I think he'll go down in history as the best shooter we've ever seen is his ability just to move on to the next shot.
But at the root of it is you want to be the best. Yeah. You love competing and you want to dominate.
The greatest athletes in the world don't make excuses.
I wanted to do something that nobody had ever done before. And that started with a dream and a goal. I wanted to be the greatest of all time.
And I think I always felt like I wanted to be good at everything I did and be great at what I did. And I never expected to be as good as I was.
No matter what you do in life, where you're at, this is what winning takes. And it's in all of us. We all have fear. But if you harness it, it takes you to places that you couldn't even imagine.
There's mistakes, there's regrets, there's sadness, there's joy, there's frustration, there's sorrow, there's heartbreak, there's elation. It's all part of it. It's all part of life.
You know, I said to myself, I'm going to do this and no one's going to stop me. And I think that's the biggest thing.
In order to win, you have to be seen. Winning is everything. It's everything.
People are champions when they really see themselves with no limits, when they really see themselves great, because when you see yourself there, you are much more willing to do the work. You are much more willing to break barriers that others don't break because they don't really see themselves breaking those barriers. And this young guy, Djokovic, is 19 years old and he plays Roger for the first time in a Grand Slam. He's nobody. When Novak Djokovic started, Rafa and Roger were winning everything. It's impossible to win a Grand Slam with those two guys. You can't beat them. They're just way better than everyone. And he's interviewed before the match and he says, I'm going to beat this guy. And I remember the press went really bad against him. Who does he think he is? But he was seeing him there. He was seeing himself there. He was seeing himself better than them, which maybe people saw that as being cocky, but he was just very confident about his abilities. And he ended up being the best of the three. He beat all the records. He beat them on every level because his self-belief was extremely high. His self-esteem, the way he was seeing himself. That's how I know if someone is a champion. And a lot of people fake it, which is better than not faking it, but it's not as good as really believing it deeply inside. You talk to the young players, they will say, I want to be number one. I mean, they wish. Yeah. The ones who really want to, you know, because they're not only saying it, but they're putting on the work. And this is a big difference because when you really believe you can get there, it's much easier. It's never easy to work hard, but in a way, you are willing to do everything to get there. When you wish it, you do things halfway or you don't do it fully. So that's a big difference.
But when you look at the road to winning, people look at you and they're like, you're a success. But your road has so many more steps. Those steps are infinite. Sometimes you get to see them, sometimes you don't. Sometimes they're there, other times they're wobbly. You don't know if that next step is going to be there, but you have enough belief in yourself to say, I know it's there. I'm going to take that step. I may miss the step. I may fall. I may get scraped. That step may go into quicksand, but I know there's another step. I know it. I believe inside me that there's another step that I have to take, that somebody else isn't making me take. Those steps are infinite. Winning is infinite. Those steps are infinite.
Of course, if your self-esteem is big, like huge champions, I mean, legends like Serena or Venus, and I had this discussion with Richard Williams, their father, and he told me my main focus was to create two young ladies that were believing in themselves in general. And he said to me this, and I believe it, whatever they would have done, they would have been successful. We chose tennis, but if they would have wanted to be runners or singers or whatever, they would have succeeded because they had this incredible self-esteem that they have. And you'll see that whatever they're going to do after tennis, they're going to be successful.
I think from the get-go, I believed I could do it. You know, it just seemed so real to me. I'd already gotten sponsors. I was already winning competitions and I saw the pros, you know, making a great living at what they were doing. And I just figured like, God, if I could just get to that point, you know, I think I could make a bit of a living out of this.
Why would you do crazy efforts, working crazy hard to achieve something you don't really believe in? Why would you put yourself at risk to fail if you don't deeply believe that at the end you're going to make it? Not saying that people never fail. Of course they fail, and Serena failed many times in tennis too. But we remember what she achieved, which is much bigger.
The great Serena Williams.
I mean, I just never think I'm going to lose. I just don't want people to think I'm too cocky or anything. And you're only as good as your last win. So I hate losing. I mean, that's no secret. So, but you got to lose. I feel like every time I lose, I get better. And I think it's important for me to have losses. Just the fewer, the better for me.
I think a lot of people they see you run and they say, oh, it looks so easy. You really look effortless. But before it gets to that point, it's hard. It's like hard work. Day in, day out, sacrifice, day in, day out.
The confidence comes from preparation. So when the game's on the line, I'm not asking myself to do something that I haven't done thousands of times before. When I'm prepared, I know what I'm capable of doing, I know what I'm comfortable doing, and I know what I'm not comfortable doing. Right? And so in those moments, if it looks like I'm ice cold or not nervous, it's because I've done it thousands of times before. So it's one more time.
No, I've never been afraid. I mean, obviously you're nervous, but afraid means you're not confident in your skills. I have total confidence in my skills, so I'm not afraid. If you put your mind to doing whatever you want to do, good things can happen. That shot gave me the idea that I could be better than what people think, and I can, surpass any expectations that I may have for myself.
The start is just every day do something you didn't do the day before.
If you just pay attention to the details, you pay attention to the details, those distinctions are easy to see. Everybody talks about working hard, showing up early, showing up late, doing all. Everybody can do that. Everybody can do that. It's the mannerisms of the way they carry themselves. It's the way they compete. It's the way they listen. It's the way they absorb information, how coachable they are. The one thing all my athletes in business, in sports, the best of the best are so coachable. They listen. They listen, they absorb the information, they pay attention, they're there.
Of course you want to win, but winning is not a goal. Winning is a result. The goal is, what do I focus on? I focus only on things that I can control. Winning, you cannot control everything, but there are a lot of things you can control. And a lot of things happen, a lot of emotions come in, a lot of thoughts come in. You have to take them away, and the only way to take them away is to talk to yourself in a way that makes you better. But you also have to make efforts every day, and you do, to have those small victories and build yourself as a person that is able to achieve his dreams.
By no means have I never made a mistake. I've made lots of mistakes, both in and out of the pool. And, I've been able to learn from every one of those mistakes. And I've been able to, help people not make the same mistakes that I've made.
So keep going. You're doing the right thing.
Why can't you change your thinking? Everybody else does. Do you know what everybody says? It's suicide. You've seen him. You know how strong he is. You can't win.
Because I'm a fighter. That's the way I'm made, Adrian. We can't change what we are.
Maybe I can't win.
Say what you can do. Do what you say. You can't do it, don't say you can do it. Don't over-leverage yourself. Don't over-leverage a decision and then jump in and kind of dip a toe. I think I'll try it out. No, think if you're going to try it out beforehand, but when it's time to go, dive. Don't leave it and go, ooh, if I just would have, That keeps me up at night. I think it keeps a lot of us up at night. Finding out and looking in the mirror and going, I didn't half-ass it. I went all the way. I found out.
Then why didn't you quit? You knew I was trying to get rid of...
And he'd lost his father earlier in the week. Literally 48 hours later, he was in the car.
Yeah, what was it like racing that year, having to show up again now where you don't have the person who believes in you and loves you intrinsically? Like, what was that like?
I don't know. It was on the Tuesday of Baku. As soon as he passed away, I asked myself, what would he want me to do? And I had no doubts. I mean, there was only one answer.
This was a kid who just lost his father, and he was a kid at the time. He's a teenager. To have that kind of mental strength, I'd never seen anything like it. He then went out, fell to last place, fought his way through, and won the race.
And Charles Leclerc takes the lead. He's passed absolutely everyone to get himself back to the front. Yes! Yes!
Wayne Gretzky said in a brilliant way, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
One often meets his destiny on the road he takes to avoid it. Your mind is like this water, my friend. When it is agitated, it becomes difficult to see. But if you allow it to settle, the answer becomes clear.
You just got to quit tripping while you're in the process, because the process is necessary. You may not see it now, but when he gets you on the other side of it, you're going to see exactly why it went that way, and you're going to be okay with it.
Your strategy and your plan of action, continuously looking for ways to win.
When will I know I'm ready?
You won't.
That's all it is, Miles. A leap of faith.
So now you gotta ask yourself, are you here to prove something to other people? Or prove something to yourself?
Until you win, effort always goes unnoticed. Get used to it. No one roots for you until everyone roots for you. That's just how it works.
What? You set me up to fail? Why?
If you only do what you can do, you will never be more than you are now.
The only insults that hurt are the ones we believe. Next time someone insults you, remember, they're going to die. Everyone will forget about them. And if no one will remember them, then you might as well forget about them now. They are irrelevant. Your dream, your actions, your outcomes. You cannot wish for a strong character and an easy life. Each is the price of the other. What if what you're going through isn't hard? What if you're just sensitive?
List all the things that you aren't willing to give up for the dreams that you have, and that is what the person who will beat you is willing to give up.
You know what your problem is? You're smart. Too smart. You overthink because your mind moves at 1,000,000 miles a minute. You're sad because you're not fooled by the world like everyone else. You don't get along with most people because they just don't look at things the way you do. You think you're dumb because you're smart enough to know you don't know everything. Your problem is you're too smart, and happiness in intelligent people is one of the rarest things I know.
People want to find their passion, but you don't find it, you create it. And you create it by getting good at something. And to get good at stuff, you start by doing something you suck at. Then you get good, then you like it, then people ask how you found your passion. Answer, by starting when you sucked and not giving up.
Have you ever thought that I want more from life than a nice apartment and a job serving tea?
There's nothing wrong with a life of peace and prosperity. I suggest you think about what it is that you want from your life and why.
I want my destiny.
What that means is up to you.
There's a Bible verse I think about sometimes. Many times. It goes, "Then I heard the voice of the Lord saying, whom shall I send? And who will go for us?" And I said, "Here am I. Send me."
When I had my accident, I found out at that moment, nothing in life is promised except death. If you had the opportunity to play this game of life, you need to appreciate every moment. A lot of people don't appreciate their moment until it's past.
If you can be in a bad mood for no reason, you might as well be in a good mood for no reason. If it's not going to change your life, it shouldn't change your mood. If the cost is peace of mind, don't buy it.
Don't ever pass up an opportunity to be of encouragement to other people. Don't ever pass up an opportunity to inspire someone. Don't ever pass up an opportunity to empower someone. Don't ever pass up an opportunity to show someone love, because the thing about it, my wound, like you can see this. You can see my arm. My wound is visible. But it's a lot of people in this room that are wounded, and you can't see it. And it's internal.
Hard work actually works, and with virtually everything. It might not make you the best at whatever it is you're pursuing, but it will certainly make you better than you are.
I've found greater fulfillment in the journey of pursuing my goals than in the moment of achieving them.
Tell you the truth, I don't know if it's special. Only you're gonna know that when the time is right. And it ain't gonna come overnight. You're gonna take a beat, you're gonna take this, you're gonna get knocked out, you're gonna get up, and you're gonna see if you got the right thing. But You gotta work hard. I swear to God, if you're not gonna do it, I'm out.
Like every punch I ever thrown has been on my own. Nobody showed me how to do this. I'm ready.
Well, it's to be unyielding. You know, you
Never give an inch to anyone.
No, like you're always going after it. Always going after it, always going after it. And if there's a challenge that ensues, oh, good, I want to see how I stack up to that. So you go after it, And it's just, it's fun. It's like you get a chance to compete against opponents and you get a chance to see where you stack up against them. It's like, I want to see. Maybe I'm not good enough today. If that's fine. I'll be good enough the next time I see you, though. You know, and you get a chance to always measure yourself. So I guess that's where relentlessness comes from.
I wanted to read you a quote from 2013 that you said, "I've lost my mind on this game, like Vincent van Gogh dedicated his life to his art and he lost his mind in the process." That's happened to me, but
When that gold belt is around my waist, when my mother has a big mansion, when my girlfriend has a different car for every day of the week, when my kids have everything they ever want,
then it will pay. Then I'll be
I'm happy I lost my mind.
How'd you get good at this?
Honestly, I've made a lot of mistakes.
That's the secret? Just f*** up?
It might be, f*** up. I think as I started early, I got my skill set up really quick, and then started to feel like I was really the best, like at all these really good places, I really was the best cook. And then I started at this really great place as a commie, and this other chef started the same day as me, and I thought we were competition, but really we weren't. Like, he was better than me, much better than me. He worked harder and faster, and it was the first time I realized that I wasn't the best. So I started looking at it like it was a good thing. Like, at least I knew who the best was now, and I could take that pressure off myself. And the only logical thing to do was to try and keep up with him. So I never left this guy's side.
And you got better?
Oh, mate, I got better than I ever thought I possibly could be, just from trying to keep up with him.
Never say never, because limits, like fears, are often just an illusion.
Because we know that it's not easy. But no pain, no gain. Not even coming from the Shaolin Temple. Worldwide known, that sentence. Everything that hurts you, find a way to overcome it. Everything that you feel is difficult for you, find a way to still do it.
There's a choice that we have to make as people, as individuals. If you want to be great at something, there's a choice that you have to make. We all can be masters at our craft, but you have to make a choice. What I mean by that is the inherent sacrifices that come along with that. I knew that I was not going to be stopped. So at the age of 18, this was my life. Right? So you can't possibly become better than me because you're not spending the time on it that I do. Even if you want to spend the time on it, you can't, because you have other things. You have other responsibilities that are taking you away from it. So I already won.
So it's not the car, the house, the whatever. It is that internal goal, that internal why. And so for me, I just think that's it. It's something within it. You gotta pull it out. And so it's easy when you have a why, a purpose. I'm doing it for this, I'm doing it for that. It's easy to get up and get going. But if it's just for a car, what happens, Louis, when you get the car? Because you can buy it. What happens when you get the house? And you can buy the house.
Because I think any person, any human realizes that if you want some kind of a good outcome, you're gonna have to work hard for it. And if you don't work hard for something, you're not going to get an outcome that's really worth much. There's things that you can control. There's things you can't control. Now, I will tell you that human beings can control a lot more than they think they can. And oftentimes, it's pretty easy just to say, oh, that's not me. That's not on me. And I think that's That's the whole genesis of the idea of extreme ownership, is most of the time, or much of the time, people say that's not my fault, there's nothing I can do about that, and more often than people think, there is something you can do about it, and it is your fault.
It's normal to not know what you're doing. If you did, it wouldn't be called growth. High five your fear, uncertainty, and doubt, and carry on. Do you get tired, stressed, sad, hungry, frustrated, unfocused? Do you feel misunderstood? Great. You're human. You don't need medication.
It is hard. It's hard when you're young to wake up in the off season at 6 a.m. to go train and work out, knowing that all your friends are sleeping in and eating pancakes. It's hard when you're on your way to practice, weighed down with all your gear, and it's 90 degrees out and all the other kids are at the pool or at the beach, and your body is already completely exhausted from workouts in 2-a-days. It's hard to throw, catch, block, and tackle, and hit kids when they're way bigger and way more developed than you, only to go home that night bruised and battered and strained, but knowing you have to show up again the next day for just the chance to try again. But understand this, life is hard.
You're not good enough. If you quit, you're gonna quit everything hard in your life, and that's a big problem for you.
People delay doing things they don't like for longer than it takes to do them.
Yeah, we need to be reminded more than we need to be taught.
Bad things don't come in threes. Bad things happen, people don't know how to cope, and they allow one bad thing to snowball into more. Bad stuff sucks. The only thing worse is letting one bad thing ruin many good things.
So when I was growing up for like 3 years, so from the time I was 8 to the time I was like 12, we lived in a $7 a month place. And what I call it is I'm always paying rent in that $7 a month home. Every day of my life. I go back and revisit that place, because that place made me this good animal. That place made me this hard man. And then from that place, so that place is hard work. That place is going back to the fundamentals of life. The fundamentals of what made David Goggins, going back in there, going back to the library of David Goggins, studying even more than what I know, taking that out, going back to where I'm at now, and then moving forward.
Difficult things make regular life less difficult, because regular life can be confusing, and little things that go wrong and little problems that arise are exacerbated by the fact that you're not accustomed to dealing with hardship.
But it was still a kid with a dream and a belief in himself. And for many times I was laughed at and not believed in, but you know what? Nothing external can defeat the internal. The only thing that can take someone down or break you down is internal. Nothing external is strong enough. It's just about making sure your internal dialogue and your internal belief in yourself is strong enough that it can withstand the external. The external is there. Yes. You've got to accept it. You've got to embrace it. You've got to understand it and be aware of it. But don't let it seep into your internal dialogue.
I think the more, at least for me, the more I've tried to create space between how I feel and what I do, the more consistent my outcomes have been.
Embrace the process. You say, Dwayne, what process? Life. Life. Embrace the journey and the process of life. You only get stronger hiking by going uphill. Nobody gets stronger hiking by just going downhill.
Because you're probably in the bed right now. You're probably an underachiever. You're probably somebody who doesn't want to do anything with your life.
People should stop complaining.
Right.
People should figure out who the they are.
Good call.
People should not listen to America propaganda of fixing the shit they suck at. They should be tripling down at what they're good at. They should be competent in certain areas, but you're not gonna become Beyonce, or like your bone structure is a certain way. Like, you're not gonna solve everything. Your IQ can get a little bit better, but don't worry about the incremental. Figure out what puts you on fire and you're halfway decent at. If you're lucky enough right now to be listening and you're good at what you like, become tunnel vision. Because there's way too many voices telling you what and how. The reason most people who are listening right now are not doing that thing is they're worried about the opinion of somebody. And the reality is, we have to get to a place where you're doing you, because the number one thing that scares the fuck out of me is regret.
The lonely chapter describes a time in which you're growing, you're changing as a person, and you're now so different that you can no longer resonate with your old set of friends, but you're not sufficiently developed that you've got the new set of friends that you're going to grow into. And this is the lonely chapter. And the problem with it is that you're always, the desire to sort of regress back to where you were is always going to be there, and you're going to have uncertainty. There's not even the promise of glory or success or triumph when you get through the other side. What am I pushing toward? You know, you're telling me that I'm not going to go out on this night out with my friends, which I've done for the last 5 years or 10 years in the town that I grew up in or went to university in or whatever. You're telling me that I'm not going to do that because I'm going to get up and I'm going to meditate or read. Who even knows if meditation works, right? Like, you've got all of these questions in your mind, and all of your friends and all of the dynamics and the temptations pull you back toward that. It pulls you back toward the old version of life.
Just lock on me for 6 months, bro. Please. I really want you to be great. You got me, I got you. We all we got. Let's see what happens.
It's so easy to quit, bro. That's what everyone's doing. And we're not trying to be like everybody else. Can't progress in life without progressing. Don't let it go over your head. You can't progress in the grand scheme of life if you don't progress in your everyday life. If you don't try to take a step to be better, your overall life won't be better.
If you put your head down and lock in on the vision, how could you not win? Only thing that's gonna cause you to lose is your mentality.
Why I hate being around negative people. Being an asshole is a weak person's idea of strength. Complaining is their connection. Never let yourself be held back by other people's fears. People criticize what they were afraid to do themselves because bold action reminds them of their own inaction. If you're afraid to be criticized, why do you care about the opinions of those who are too timid to do it themselves? If you are the criticizer, does tearing down someone who has the courage you lack make you better?
You have a whole life in front of you. You have years to take part in this life and to do stuff, to accomplish stuff, and to enjoy stuff. I think about that. If I was 22 again, and if God said, hey, Tom, I'll make you 22 again, okay? Just do something different. Wow! Oh my God. I'd be like a professional golfer this time, even though I can't. I'm lousy at golf. I stink at golf. I would do something that I think in my brain I could never do, which was bodybuilding at one time. I thought I could never do this. You know, it's too insurmountable, it's too crazy, but something in the back of my mind always said, do it, do it, do it, do it.
Hey, when you get out of bed, life's standing right there to kick you in the face, man. Could be anything. Could be you get up and you walk downstairs, you got a flat tire and you're late for work and you got this and that. Life is going to throw all kinds of crazy shit at you, right? And you have to be ready for it, and you got to deal with it. You can't curl up into a ball. You can't run away from it. You can't hide. You have to take all this shit head on.
So this lonely chapter is a period through which I think everybody needs to squeeze. Anybody that decides to go from a place they are to a place that they want to be is going to have to let go of people who can't go there with them. It's that if you know that there is something that you're meant to do, if you know that there's something that you're meant to change, you will have to let certain groups, friends, routines, places, activities, recreations that you do, you're going to have to let those go. And there is this, you know, the Rocky cutscene lasts for 90 seconds in the movie, but it can last for 5 years in your life. And you have no idea whether or not it's even going to work. And that's the bit that always got to me. The bit that always got to me was I didn't even know if there was going to be any glory on the other side. It's like, you think, well, I'm just stood here doing the thing, but I don't know if it's going to come out on the other side. And I can promise you, anybody that has done anything, moved from any place they were to any place that they want to be, has gone through this lonely chapter.
I think you just gotta wake up one day and just say, so what? Like, who cares if you don't believe in me? I believe in myself. You don't put too much work to not have this amount of confidence. And if you don't believe in me, it doesn't change my success story. I'm still gonna win. But I guess one thing I gotta say is, let me know when that hate starts making you money.
You may be right that other people did certain things or you got dealt a bad hand. It also doesn't matter, because the only thing that you can't control is obviously the actions that you take. And the only person who's in control of that is you.
Nobody is going to understand you, bro. And it's like, I really realized nobody ever believed in me. Like, you have to believe in yourself. If nobody else is gonna understand, then you have to make sure that you understand and that you believe in yourself, because that's where it starts.
Control freak is a word people with low standards use to describe people with high standards. You're not a control freak. You just want it done right the first time. You're not anxious. You care. Do not expect mediocre people to support world-class goals.
If you go visit the darkness that you've been running from, you'll have the opportunity to leave a better person. You'll have a better understanding of yourself. You'll have a better understanding of your purpose. But if you don't take that trip and the darkness comes visits you, it's a guest that will never leave.
You're playing against the Golden State Warriors. Score is 107-109. You guys are close to getting into the playoffs. You know exactly what happens in the game. You go up, you're about to take your shot, and then all of a sudden, boom, Achilles happens.
Bryant again going to work, falls down. Again, he's struggling.
Right after you were injured, you went on Facebook and you posted a lengthy blog. You know what this is?
Oh, yeah.
This is such BS. All the training and sacrifice just flew out the window with one step that I've done millions of times. The frustration is unbearable. The anger is rage. Why the hell did this happen? It makes no damn sense. Now I'm supposed to come back from this and be the same player or better at 35? How in the world am I supposed to do that? I have no clue. Do I have the consistent will to overcome this thing? Maybe I should break out the rocking chair and reminisce on the career that was. Maybe this is how my book ends. Maybe Father Time has defeated me. Then again, maybe not. It's 3:30 a.m. My foot feels like dead weight. My head is spinning from the pain meds, and I'm wide awake. Forgive my venting, but what's the purpose of social media if I won't bring it to you real, no image? Feels good to vent, to let it out. To feel as if this is the worst thing ever. Because after all the venting, the real perspective sets in. There are far greater issues and challenges in the world than a torn Achilles. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. Find the silver lining and get to work with the same belief, same drive, and same conviction as ever. One day, the beginning of a new career journey will commence. Today is not that day. If you see me in a fight with a bear, pray for the bear. I've always loved that quote. That's Mamba mentality. We don't quit, we don't cower, we don't run.
It's hurting, but the Lakers down by 2, and they want him and need him at the free throw line. Got it.
Yeah. How the hell do you tolerate that kind of pain?
I tell this example, and I think this is the best way to explain it. Your kids are upstairs, wife is wherever she may be, it's going down, all right? I'm willing to bet that you're gonna forget about your hamstring, you're gonna sprint upstairs, you're gonna grab your kids, you're gonna make sure your wife's good, you're getting out of that house, right? Hamstring be damned. You're not gonna feel your hamstring. Right? This is another obstacle. This obstacle cannot define me, it's not gonna cripple me, it's not gonna be responsible for me stepping away for the game that I love. I'm gonna step away on my own terms. And that's when the decision was made that, you know what, I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
Disgust. Disgust. Disgust is a negative emotion, but it can have a very positive, powerful effect. Disgust says, I've had it. What an important day that could be.
Most people will not understand your obsession, your drive, and your determination. Success is a lonely journey. That's just a reality. And most people are not going to understand why you're so driven, why you're so obsessed. And if you try and make them understand, you're going to end up frustrated. The best advice I can tell you is go on the journey by yourself.
If I'm going to be just as miserable being mediocre as I am doing this,
I think Iverson. So that's how you're gonna play it. You gonna do this? Okay, fine. That's all I needed. That's all I needed for him to do that, and it became personal with me.
Welcome all experiences. You never know which one is going to turn everything on. Don't put up the walls. The same wall that keeps out disappointment keeps out happiness. Take down the walls. Go for the experience. Let it teach you. And here's the last one. Resolve. Resolve says I will. Two of the most powerful words in the language. Benjamin Disraeli said, nothing can resist a human will that will stake its existence on its purpose. Shortly put, I'll do it or die.
My whole thing, Joe, is I'm so grateful. I'm so optimistic, man. I'm always looking for light in every situation. And I think that's the way I deal with things. I always believe there's going to be good at the end of the day. That's just how I am. And I'm just so grateful. Where most people would be so upset with themselves and all this type of stuff, I'm really not. I believe that my best years, my prime is even still ahead of me. So I'm not even tripping about it.
Do not be the caught cynic. The ability to express wonder and amazement and seem like you mean it is a rare and dying talent, but one still greatly valued.
First thing is you gotta be selfish as hell. You gotta be selfish. I don't give a f. It's to sacrifice, but without great sacrifice and without great risk, there is no such thing as great reward. You have to have, and I don't like this word, but I'm gonna say it because it's true. You have to be a little maniacal with this shit. Maniac, right? That word isn't good in a lot of situations, but when you're pursuing your destiny, when you identify with your destiny, you have to be selfish, you have to be maniacal, you have to be uncompromising. And you have to move in a way, when it comes to those three things, when you function completely in a way where it's an unwavering faith. Like, it don't matter how f***ed up that shit might look. It don't matter how much it feel like it ain't gonna work.
People say I'm conceited, I talk too much, but they must have pity on me. It's hard to be humble when you're as great as I am.
We have been fed this line of horse that you're supposed to seek comfort, and I don't think you are. I think you're supposed to seek lessons, and you're supposed to seek difficult tasks and accomplishments, and through those things and through doing things that are hard to do, even if it's just a 90-minute hot yoga class. I do a 90-minute yoga class, man. Those last 20 minutes, I do not want to be there, man. And I definitely don't want to give 100%. And I can cheat. I can kind of half-ass it. But if I don't, and I get through it, when that time is up and the lady says namaste and everybody gets up, I'm like, man, I made it. You know, I lost 15 pounds. My yoga mat is drenched to the point where I can literally wring it out and fill a jug up with water. But through that struggle, I will now have a better day, and I better do it again tomorrow.
Why you need to go all in. The main reason you need to go all in is because you have nothing to lose, bro. When you think about it, guys, you're already broke, okay? And we know that you're not gonna save yourself rich, okay? And we know that if somebody else is all in and you only have half of your foot in to the water and you're not ready to jump, that guy's gonna beat you every single time.
If your job is to try to be the best basketball player you can be, right? To do that, you have to practice, you have to train, right? You wanna train as much as you can, as often as you can. So if you get up at 10 in the morning, train at 11, right? 12, say 12, train at 12, train for 2 hours, 12 to 2. You have to let your body recover. So you eat, recover, whatever. You get back out, you train, start training again at 6. Train from 6 to 8, right? And now you go home, you shower, you eat dinner, you go to bed, you wake up, you do it again, right? Those are 2 sessions. Right, now imagine you wake up at 3, you train at 4. You go 4 to 6, come home, breakfast, relax, blah, blah, blah. Now you're back at it again, 9 to 11, right? You relax, and now all of a sudden you're back at it again, 2 to 4, and now you're back at it again, 7 to 9. Look how much more training I have done by simply starting at 4, right? And so now you do that, and as the years go on, the separation that you have with your competitors and your peers just grows larger and larger and larger and larger and larger. And by year 5 or 6, doesn't matter what kind of work they do in the summer, they're never going to catch up.
But I think that's good advice. Don't be a follower, be a student, right? Take advice, but not orders. Take information, but don't let somebody order your life. Make sure what you do is the product of your own conclusion. Make sure what you do is the product of your own conclusion. Not to do what someone else says. Take what someone else says, process it, think about it, ponder it. If it makes you wonder, if it makes you think, then it's valuable. Then when you go take action, make sure that the action is not what somebody told you to do. Make sure the action is the product of your own conclusion.
The biggest difference between people who win and people who lose is that winners expect to win. Winners are not surprised when they win. Like when I win, I don't overly celebrate because I expected that to be the outcome. Amateurs, when they win, they're surprised and then they over-celebrate. And like I said, when they over-celebrate, they become ineffective because they're taking their eye off the game for way too long, right? I won the week this week. And then they talk about that 1 week for the next 6 weeks. And the next 6 weeks, the guy who expected to win is still going just as hard. So it's an expectation. That's the difference between winners and losers that I think in terms of not so much their self-talk, but just their attitude.
You're gonna know what it's gonna be like to make it personal. Because I'm gonna make it personal. Because it's always been personal to me.
You identify with this gift. We all got the gift. This is something that we've all been blessed with. At some point, if we listen to that little thing that speaks to us inside, some people call it instinct. Some people call it a vibe. Some people call it an energy. Whatever the fuck you call it. Some people call it a voice. Whatever that thing is, bro. If it sparks the thought that changes the whole trajectory to what your life can evolve into because you took a second to listen to that shit, you are identifying with your blessing, you are identifying with your gift, and at that point, you learn what the fuck it is and become one with it and walk in your purpose, bro.
The key is time is precious. Now let me give you Bill Bailey's description of time. Life is not just the passing of time. Life is not just the passing of time. Life is a collection of experiences, their frequency, and their intensity. Life is not just watching the clock tick away. Life is a collection of experiences, their intensity, their frequency. When my friend Mark died at age 44, someone says, that's young to die. But what if he lived 4 lifetimes in one? It might not be too young. So here's whatever the span of your life turns out to be, here's what you want to fill it up with: experiences and the intensity of those experiences.
And if you lose that, not only are you not going to be successful in life, you will also lose yourself, and you will be unhappy, you'll be alienated from who you are. And you can get away with that when you're young because you're happy, you look good, you've got energy, things are going right. You get into your 30s and you're like everybody else, and you don't know who you are and you don't know what you like anymore, and you're just following the trends. You start to get depressed and you start going down this rabbit hole, and things can turn really ugly. So you need a bit of courage in life. You need to go, okay, I am weird. I am strange. Lean into it. So when I had the 48 Laws of Power, when I first wrote the book, without it being published yet, it was a very strange looking book, and it reflects my own strangeness. Things on the margins, stories, everything broken up, images, quotes here and there.
And what a time now for us to take this dream and not let it die. Take this dream and give it life. Take this dream and breathe into it your own personal spirit until finally it becomes a flame that burns around the whole world. Let's go do it now.
Well, I mean, because I think the greatest fear that we face is ourselves, actually. I think it's it's not anything that's external or anything that's superficial. I think the greatest fear you face is yourself, because we all have dreams, and it's very scary sometimes to accept the dream that you have. And it's scarier still to say, okay, I want that. It's scary because you're afraid that if you put your heart and soul into it and you fail, then how are you going to feel about yourself, right? So being fearless means putting yourself out there and going for it. No matter what, go for it. Not for anybody else, but for yourself.
Then here's a philosophy that really changed for me everything. Be so busy giving other people recognition, you really don't need it for yourself. I learned to recognize people for small steps of progress. Every little thing I can think of. Figure out rewards for small steps.
And what works is if you dedicate your time and your focus, like realistically, with a professional, disciplined effort to creativity. You show up every day like a professional, but you show up to be creative. If you just do it on a regular basis, ideas will come to you. Where are these ideas coming from? Well, his concept was to think of it as you're a professional and you're getting these ideas from the muse. And this is what you do. You show up and you do the work, you focus on it, and these ideas will come to you.
And that little voice becomes completely drowned out. And so you don't know who you are anymore. And you're afraid, particularly young people today. I mean, maybe it's always been that way, are so afraid of being different. They're so afraid of being odd. But look at all the powerful people in this world. Look at your Elon Musks. Look at your celebrities in entertainment, in business and politics. They're one of a kind. They have like, I hate that word, but it's like a brand. They're different. They stand out for something that's truly different. You know, even Albert Einstein, there's nobody else like Einstein. There's nobody like Da Vinci. Okay? That's where your power lies. And you'll go, oh, but Robert, those are people that were brilliant, that were talented. I'm not like that. I don't have that. Well, bullshit. You do have that. It's just you're forgetting about it. You don't want to put the effort into it.
And there's no one more narcissistic than someone who's smart. And if you are smart, that's a real temptation. It's a real temptation. It can make you bitter as hell. The most bitter people are the smart people who aren't successful, because they feel that their shining light wasn't given due course and that the world should fall at their feet, and didn't. The way the world works, you don't get a gift without a corresponding temptation. And intellect is certainly, it has the same characteristic. You can go very spectacularly wrong if you're smart. And it's pride that does that.
When you set a dream and you say, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And you make a plan, and then plans are good. But if you come to a certain point where there's a tree across the road or the bridge is out, you can't say, well, there goes my dream. You've got to be flexible. Well, what am I going to do? What adjustments am I going to make to be able to still get to where I'm going, to be what I want to be? You need some flexibility. You need discipline. You need personal discipline. There's times when you don't feel like doing what needs to be done to get this. But you got to say, feelings has nothing to do with it. This is my dream. This is what I'm going to do.
Lots of people associate working hard with not making progress. Therefore, working feels like wasting.
So the idea that working hard doesn't make progress is one of the biggest farces that exists in humanity, right? And so if there is anything that's eternal for us, at least as individuals, it's going to be who we become in the process. And so one of my favorite quotes is, the work works on you more than you work on it. And so if you want to be the best in the world at something, you do the work to become the best in the world, and the work works on you. And so, I mean, there's a biblical proverb, I think it says like, there is profit in all labor. And that means that even if the thing that you're working on right now doesn't amount to the outcome that you expected that it would, it doesn't mean that you don't become better through doing it. And so
the whole point of the human race and the human mind in itself is evolution, whether it's evolution spiritually, physically, period, evolution. The purpose from birth is creation. That's all humans do. Everything around you was created. You were created. That table over there created, this chair created, this mic created, that camera created, that hat created. The whole point of the human race in itself is creation. Before now, when there was at least ideally the belief of two human beings on earth, everything after that was a creation in itself. The whole point is evolution and creation. If you're not evolving, you're doing something wrong. So anything that takes away the power of your mind is keeping you still and delaying your evolution. The whole point of life is evolution. Study your laws of the universe. The law of attraction, the law of abundance, the law of equivalent exchange. Study your laws, the laws of cause and effect, the karmic cycle. Study your laws. Dwell into your mind, meditate. Understand that you can alter your realms by your train of thought.
Maybe someone's don't like me because maybe I'm too good.
I don't follow the records. The records follow me. In my mind, I'm always the best.
The talent is part of me, but if you don't work the talent, you're never gonna achieve that things that I'm achieve. So I try to do my things to improve myself in the training, specifically in the games, because this is the most important thing. So I always try to improve something season by season.
Our mind, it's a box of surprises, and you have to challenge yourself to be consistent. I repeat, sometimes it's hard. It's what many people say, you like to go to the gym every day. Of course not. It's not true. Nobody likes to go to the gym every day. But you have to do it. Your mental strength is coming from that moments, that in a hard moments, you know you should do it. So, and I do it because after that, maybe in the beginning you feel hard to start, but after when you finish the gym or cold plunge or even the training, you will feel better.
We all saw the huge potential that he had, and he came over and his first thought was to entertain, and we wanted to win. And we knew that with him in our team, if he had end product, we had a far better chance of being successful.
We are not happy every day. We are, not in a good mood every day. It's normal. It's part of us. I fight against that. It's the big challenge. It's when you're not willing to do something, but you have to do it. This is the main point.
Do you think what makes you different to the others, to the next rung on the ladder, if you like, of very good players, is the dedication level that you put in?
I think I'm good, but I think my main strength, it's my mind. I think it's my strongest point, it's my mind. Pierce, the numbers, they don't lie. If you see during the last 15 years, my level is always kind of the same. So effort, dedication, work hard, because the talent is not enough anymore. And if you're not dedicated 100%, you're not gonna reach the level that you want.
Nobody's perfect. We failed too many times. We have so many uncertainty in our life that we have to be capable when we are down to step up. It's part of the journey, it's part of the process, it's part of our education. In my case, I learn the most when I'm down. And it's good that these certain moments happen, because when you are in the top of the wave, you don't see under what's going on. I'm always say to my friends, it's good to have problems. It's the only way that you can improve.
The secret is dedication and hard work, to be able to work 100% all the time. This is, if it exists words, this is my secret.
He's a legend. He's one of these big names that stays forever in football history. But the guy he motivates himself with numbers, with new things. He wants to win the gold ball X times and the golden boot X times, and he wants to not just to play these Euros. He's already thinking that He wants to play the next World Cup.
Does he get angry when people say maybe Messi's better? Would that infuriate him?
I don't think so. I just think that critics motivates him. I think he feels if people criticize me, it's because I am who I am. And I did what I did, and I still try to do, and he gets that as an extra motivation. I think as an opponent, you should be quiet and don't say a wrong word about him, because that would be always a motivation for him. I think he's the player that everybody knows he is, and mentally really very, very strong.
Once again, as you say, it's Cristiano Ronaldo, and it's controversy once again. Why is it always the case with you?
I don't know why. Maybe someone's don't like me, but because maybe I'm too good.
It is what it is. The life it's completely difficult. We have obstacles in our lives, and I will keep running to fight against the people who don't believe me. And the life is a challenge, and I want the people that they're wrong. I'm there every morning. I do the same stuff. I'm probably the first ones to arrive and the last ones to go out.
It's great. This is giving me motivation to still work hard and better in my job. But I have to say, to be in my shoes is not easy. But I'm not complaining. I just want to say that I feel happy. All this happened because of a reason. The reason is I'm unbelievable inside the pitch. This is why the people have so much interest on me.
Are you the best footballer in the world right now?
I think so, yes. In my mind, I'm always the best. I don't care what the people are thinking, what they say. In my mind, not just this year, but always, I'm always the best. I'm always going to say that, because I think we have to thinking we are the best in our area. So in my area, I think I'm the best.
Is there anything that Lionel Messi is better than you at?
It's opinions. I respect the opinions. Maybe in your opinion, Messi is better than me, but in my mind, I'm better than him. So it's simple.
Is that rivalry a good thing?
For me, rival don't exist. The meaning of this word is not don't exist. Rivals is in a war. This is it. We have rivals. Here in football, no. It's just a game. I think the numbers, they say everything. I don't need to say, I'm a minister of football, I'm a legend. The numbers say everything. So I'm very comfortable.
Cristiano Ronaldo, those two just keep pushing each other on, pushing the boundaries of greatness.
Exactly, and would they have been able, that's the question that I always ask myself, would they have been able to do this and keep this up, the relentlessness that they've shown without each other? If they was out on their own, no one else around, would they continue to have done this? That's the question.
No, I think they probably do add to the motivation.
Yeah, 100%. I think all the great sportsmen in the world have always had that someone else to feed off. And I think this is another great rivalry in football. They don't talk about it. Seems like there's a bit of a respect between them. They don't ever mention each other really, but they're just phenomenal to watch. And people try and make comparisons of who's better, etc. Just enjoy them, man.
How much has Lionel Messi pushed you to become a better player?
I'm pushed to myself. I don't need other players to push myself. I just work since I was in sporting, so I push myself all the time to be the best. As I say many times, in my opinion, I'm the best because I think we have to think like that, not just in my job, but you have to think in your job you are the best reporter. And I'm thinking like that. If I'm not thinking like that, I'm not going to be stronger than I think I am.
But you also love individual awards. They matter to you.
It's part of my sacrifice, my obsession to win, to have success. You know, when I say success, it's I work for that. Talent is not enough. I dedicate myself so much that this is part of me. Records is part of me. I don't follow the records. The records follow me, which is different.
Are you addicted to winning?
Yes, I am. I'm addicted to the success. Because
that's the thing that really drives you.
Yes, I think so. And I think it's not something bad. I think it's good. It motivates me. If something not motivated, it's better, to stop.
We shared this stage 15 years, me and him.
I don't know if it's ever happened in football. The same two guys in the same stage all the time. Yeah. So it's not easy, as you know. And of course, we have a good relationship. We have that battle the last 15 years, which is good. He pushed me and I push him as well. So it's good to be part of history of football. I'm there, and of course he's there as well.
When I was at Manchester United, and you think, who was that person who had a massive impact on the club while they were there? And you can't look no further than Cristiano. And you talk about mindset. I don't know a stronger, more determined, obsessed player that I'd share the changing room with, because he was just phenomenal.
Why we don't believe that we can do it better? You have to believe, you have to be positive to try to change the things. They only give up to the guys who is weak mentally. This is why I mentioned in the beginning, you here, you have to implant that in your mind, that we are capable to change things.
Well, my best words is dedication and hard work. To achieve this kind of things, you need to work hard and, be a great professional, be serious in your job. And this is what I try to do.
Been a great debate over the last few years with him and Messi. But I think over the last 6 months, I think he's gone on to another level. I think he's out there on his own. The way he started the World Cup, the way he finished last season. How many times can we say it about him? His improvement, his attitude. And I think a lot of it is not natural ability for Ronaldo. As brilliant as he is, I think it's just sheer hard work, determination, desire, courage. He's got a lot of courage, wants to get in there, he's brave. I've said it before, the guy's a genius.
This difference between making it because of talent and making it because of work ethic. You said to me you felt like an enormous percentage of your success has come from work ethic, and that there's sort of an unfair perception maybe of you of just being hyper talented, and that's where all the success comes from.
To be honest, I think both have to work in the same time, because talent without work is nothing, and work without talent is nothing too. So I think they both mix up. And of course I have two. I'm not will say that I have more one than the other one, because if you see my whole career for the last 20 years, my level was high, and this is, as you can know, it's really tough. Not only in a football, but in any area. If you are top for 20 years is unbelievable. My biggest motivation is to carry on, to still enjoy, to make people happy, to make my family happy. So for me, I have both talent and work ethic.
But the fact is that he has shown that it's not just ability, it is hard work, and he seems to be getting the fruits of all the hard work that he's put in down the years. He looks like somebody who will not put anything that's not going to benefit him inside his body.
For example, you arrive home, you had a lunch, you do it a quick nap, and you wake up, you play with your kids, blah, blah, and I have to go to the gym at least 30, 40 minutes, but this will make the difference in the end of the day, you understand? If you not do it that work, you miss one. The next day, it's 2 sessions that you lost. And I know in the end of the day, in the hand, they're gonna make a huge difference. This is why I'm 34 and I look 28. Every year is a challenge for me to be better than last year. So I know it's tough. Last year was amazing. 2 years ago was amazing too. So my job is to continue to work hard and dedicate myself 100% in my job and win trophies, collective and individual too.
He said, let's go and having a lunch after training. Go to his house, it was few people on the table. I look at it, it was just some salad, plain white chicken, no juice, just water. So we have a food, quickly a lunch, and after that, he said, let's go in the garden and play two-touch. I said, Cristiano, we just finished. So we go playing two-touch, after that, let's go for a swim. After that, let's have a sauna, jacuzzi. I was like, Cristiano, why we didn't stay at the training room? So that's why I say Cristiano deserves everything he got right now. So I'm really happy for him, and he deserves because he works so hard and he's a machine. Rio beat him in front of everyone, so we screamed, and Cristiano was so angry. He sent his cousin by a tennis table. After 2 weeks, he back and he beat Rio in front of all of us. Yeah. So that's Cristiano Ronaldo. He don't want to lose any game.
The discipline is the most difficult thing, not only in sports, but in life. I give you the map. You are willing to do that?
Yeah.
It's the main point, because everyone wants to be Cristiano, but I give you the map. You think you will do it that?
I've done a lot in my career. We shed tears of joy. That's a part of the fight game. Blood, sweat, and tears. I must always give thanks to the man above. Always first. Because without God, all this wouldn't be possible. To get something, you have to sacrifice something. And what I did, I put everything aside my whole life. Boxing has always been first. I worked extremely hard to get to this point. And every day I know I'm blessed. I'm truly, truly blessed. And I don't take anything for granted. If you think small things happen. I always dream big. I always believe. I believe in my team. I believe in these fighters. My ultimate goal is to become a $100 million fighter. Once I seen guys like Mike Tyson, and I seen it myself with my own eyes. When I seen that Bentley at the boxing gym, and I seen that diamond Rolex, I said, I want that. And I knew what it took. So I know when my opponent is asleep, I'm out there at 4 or 5 in the morning, chopping trees, working. To this day, because I can retire today. I'm well off, very comfortable, but I got the will to win. Some say the motivation is the belt. Some say motivation is the trophy. Well, I say motivation is the money for me, because the money was able to retire my mother, put my dad in a comfortable position, even though I transcended and changed the sport of boxing. But being a champion is not just receiving a lot of money or receiving a belt, because I did it thousands of times for free before I got to this point. It started by us, my team, me, Leonard, and Nicole going downtown in Las Vegas, Nevada, and feeding the homeless. Those are the things that they don't talk about Floyd Mayweather, because that's what it's about. We give back, but we don't look to the media to get praised. As long as God know we doing a good deed, because when I go do deeds and I don't glorify it to everyone else, I get blessed when I get in that square circle. That's why I keep winning. The 1996 Olympic Games, the semifinals, I think I was one fight away from the gold medal. I'm glad that happened to me. I think that's the best thing that ever happened to me. Because that right there pushed me. I mean, it just pushed me to a limit that I can't even really even talk about. It pushed me. It made me want to be the best. We all go through certain trials and tribulations in life that we have to deal with, and certain things make us stronger. And in 1996, them cheating me made me stronger. If I had to do it all over again, I say do it the same way. You guys are recession-proof also. Find a way. Find a way. Know what y'all want to do. You can be 30, you can be 40, you can be 50. You still got a chance. You got 24 hours in a day. 8 hours you sleep, right? And most people work a 9 to 5. So 8 hours you working. So we had 16 hours. We got breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So we'll be at night, there's 19. It take you an hour to get ready. So we had 20 hours. You guys cannot spend 4 hours going talking about, oh, they lying. Oh, I like this photo. Oh, they faking. Sending photos to other people. Y'all got to get focused. I'm where I'm at because I'm focused. Tunnel vision. I'm focused on what I got to do. You know, this dream that I had started
years and years and years ago, you know, no matter what my dad did, you know, because he done whatever he had to do to give me a finer life, to give me a better life, to give me the best life that he could give me. And everything happens for a reason. Even when my dad was incarcerated and he went away, I still will hear his words in the back of my mind. Continue to work hard. Nothing is gonna come easy. Every day I say to myself, after my last fight, I say, this is nothing but organized, legalized street fight. I'm able to make hundreds of millions doing what I like to do in front of the police. Everyone sees us on All Access, or when I was with HBO 24/7, they see all the flashiness, all the shit talking, the trash talking. I had a game plan. And when I say TBE, it's no disrespect to no legendary champion, because every fighter that's in this room has to feel that he's the best. If not, you in the wrong sport. If somebody right now in here hit the lottery, the first thing they're gonna say is give it all to me, because they don't know no better. Because rich and wealth is two different things. When you're rich for a short period of time. Riches is short term. Wealth is long term. You can have 100 million, but if you don't got no game plan, it's gonna be gone. Being around certain individuals, like even being around my billionaire buddies, you know, every time I got around my billionaire buddies, I was more like, it's cool to come over your house, but I need a house like this. Yeah. It's cool to ride on your yacht, but I need a yacht like this. Yeah. It's cool to ride on your jet, but I want a jet like this. And I said, no, I don't want to ride on yours. You show me how to get it. You can't be my friend if you can't show me how to get it. Because once they show me how to get it, then I can install it in my children. So it's about wealth. You know, I'm no longer rich in wealth.
Most people probably have $1 million if their money management skills is right. You know what I'm saying? But they spending the money fast as they get it. You get a couple $100,000, you go buy a $100,000 watch. It's easier to make the money. It's harder to save. You know what's crazy is because coming from where I'm from, we thought all we needed was $1 million. We just wanted to become a millionaire. That means 1 million. Until you get it and you realize it ain't enough. We're living in a generation and a time where like people think it's only cool to be a boss. You know what I'm saying? And that it's uncool to be an equal partner with somebody. I just think boss a 4-letter word. Like, what does it mean outside of the action? If you're not doing boss shit, why you want to be a boss? Do you even know what being a good soldier is? Because some people, again, they offended by the idea of being a soldier, not me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can step into soldier role and back into boss role at any moment. I play every role.
You know, I heard a quote one time from Vincent van Gogh that really rang true. He said, he has dedicated his life to his art and he has lost his mind in the process. When I sat and I thought about that, it sounded very familiar. I have given every single thing, every ounce of my life to this craft, to perfecting my craft, and I continue to do so. And in the process, I have lost my mind to regular society, to people who wake up at 9 a.m., who clock out at 5 p.m. They would look at me and say, I've lost my mind, but me, I have found it almost.
My name is Conor McGregor. I'm a professional MMA fighter. My dream is to be world lightweight champion in the UFC, have more money than I know what to do with, and have a great life for my kids, my grandkids, everyone in my family, everyone that's come up with me. That's my dream. My dream is to be number one.
Most young men, why they got into martial arts was to defend themselves. I started off really being into football. That was what my first dreams were, you know, being a football player. How good you were at playing football and how good you were at fighting, you know, they were the two things where I grew up. And then maybe as I start going outside my little estate and all, conflicts start happening, you know what I mean? I had to kind of think to myself, right, I need to be able to defend myself now as well. Not even to get back at anyone around, just to kind of be like, alright, this guy knows what he's at, just leave him alone. No, that's it, I don't know why I'm doing it other than that really. Now I'm obsessed.
I was working in the plumbing business at the time, yeah, but it would have been around that time that John, I left the plumbing business.
How bad was that?
The plumbing?
Yeah.
Horrendous. It was just a horrible, horrible time, and I was like, you know what? I don't want to do this, and then I just left, and then I just stopped going, didn't get out of bed. Then my dad would come in and try and bait me out of bed, and we'd have fights, and literally, for a good while, I didn't really speak to my dad. We just kind of stayed away from each other. Anytime I come across my dad, anytime we did speak was to fight.
Why did it get to that point, to where he was that mad?
Because I was doing absolutely nothing. I was out getting into trouble. Yeah, it basically felt like I was doing fuck all. I was a waster, you know, I was a waster. Called that a lot, you know what I mean? But the real stress and the real fights come from the mortgage, come from this stress of home. A lot of people are getting evicted from their homes around here. So that's something that I grew up with. That was a big stress in my family. It caused a lot of stress. So I just wanted to give it back and help out and just do that. And my mother and father are still young. Now they have their feet up, they can relax, they are in a new place, so it's good. That's something I always dreamed of. I always visualized what giving would feel like, given to people who have given to me, what that would feel like. I always dreamed of just showing up one day and be like, here. I always visualized good things, success, abundance. I visualized it all, and it's all happening. If you have a clear picture in your head of something is going to happen, a clear belief in that it will happen no matter what, then nothing can stop it. You know what I mean? It is destined to happen, and that's what happens. You know what I mean? It's perfect. I'm fighting myself. You know what I mean? Because you are fighting yourself. There is no opponent. You know what I mean? It's you versus you, and that's it. I'm fighting myself in there. I'm gonna beat myself. Not even martial arts, life, you know what I mean? It's always you versus you. If you're competing against other people, you know what I mean? Competing against others, and you're going to become bitter. Eventually you'll become bitter. But if you compete against yourself, you'll become better. There are no restrictions. There are no limits. There's no one trying to get something from me, or trying to make me do this, or make me do that, or send me here, or send me there, or stop me from going full. I'm free. I go in and do as I please. This is my time now. So it's a beautiful experience, and it's almost an out-of-body experience, and it becomes very, very addictive. So that's what you're seeing here. I'm addicted to that feeling, and I will do anything to get in there and get that feeling again. I truly believe we are all equal as human beings. If we are obsessed with something and we truly pursue our passion with everything we have, regardless of anything else, if you are obsessed, work hard, put in the time, you will succeed. And that is a philosophy that I carry, my coaches carry. And to see LeBron James, who's like a mega superstar over here and a phenomenal athlete, share that belief is inspiring right back to me. It shows that we are thinking correct. You know, this is hard work. This is an obsession. Nothing can beat hard work. If you're doing something and you're not interested or you have no passion for it, you should truly follow your passion. I'm not doing this for this. I'm not doing this for fake acting and pretending I can, you know what I mean? Trying to give emotion to some guy that wants emotion from me for a shot. I can't do that. I don't do this for that. But I understand that it's a double-edged sword and you must do that. I do it for the competition, to step foot inside that octagon. I have that feeling of freedom. So that is why I say I don't feel pressure in there. I do not. I feel free in there.
Sounds like you were the last person that would ever give an excuse why you lost.
No, there is no excuse. You know what I mean? It's like I've been beat before. You know what I mean? I've lost MMA fights, I've lost boxing fights, I've lost so many fights in the gym, you know, I lose all the time, you know what I mean? So it is what it is. If you, any true martial artist will know, in order to succeed at this game, you must lose a fucking shitload of times, you know what I mean? You must lose many times, you know what I mean? So it is what it is. We all have we all have the same emotions. We have all won and we have all lost. It's a sport. It is what it is, you know. Just get on with it. Look to learn from it, you know. The day you stop trying to learn is the day you start losing, you know what I mean? So I'm always going to learn regardless of the result, you know what I mean? Win or lose, I will take something from it all. And you know the way people say you learn more from your losses and things like that. That is true. You learn a lot from your losses, but as well as that, you learn from your wins. People can say, let's say you beat a guy, and you're at the beating that guy. You're a winner now. You know what I mean? You're a winner. So now I get to take the foot off the pedal. I don't need to learn so much. I'm at the beating this guy. I'm a winner. You know what I mean? That's gonna stop you. That can take over people, especially in this game, when you're signed to the UFC and there's all media things going on and there's people looking for pictures and shit. That can take over. That can make you feel like you're bigger than you are. You know what I mean? That happens to guys. You ever see guys that I see guys all the time coming in that are around this company since day one. Their performances just stay the same. They stagnate. Their performances stagnate. Then they get even worse. You know, they arrive on for the fight out of shape, not looking in shape, barely made weight, sluggish, you know what I mean? That's not going to be me. I stay ready. I'm always in shape, you know what I mean? You're not going to catch me out of shape. Win or lose, I'm going to be ready to go. No ego, you know, you can't have an ego in this game. We've all won, we've all lost. It is what it is. Just keep going, keep doing your thing, keep working hard. I'm a cocky motherfucker, but if you come in and you get me, I'll stand before you, I'll stand before everyone and say, you got me. I'll get you next time. And that's it. Every human being, everyone in here at some stage, we face loss. We've all lost something. You know, we all know how a loser on the night feels because we have all lost at one point or other in our lives. You need to stop putting your hand out. Everyone wants handouts. Everyone wants things for free. Or everyone, you know what I'm saying? You've got to put in the work. You've got to grind. You've got to go through the struggle. And you've got to get it. If you deserve it, go get it. You know, don't complain. Don't cry. Get the fucking work and go get it. I've been listening to laughter all my career. I've been listening to them laugh my whole career. They've been laughing. But an Irishman win a Cage Warriors world title? Hell no. You serious? An Irishman win a fight in the UFC? Hell no. Laughs all around. Okay, you gotta win. Now he wants to win a world title? Hell no, he's all talk, he's all hype, he's a joke. Laughter all around at the Joker. Then the Joker goes and wins the world title. Now he wants to win a second world title. More laughter. Listen, the sound of laughter and the sound of doubt motivates me. So I'm enjoying that. I seek that. I don't feel no doubt, or I don't feel that going and fighting any of these other UFC bums right now. They need to rise up. Right now they're down there. I've got this situation where people are truly doubting me like they doubted me at the very, very beginning. And that's motivating for me. That's what's going to drive me to the gym when I need to go to the gym and to put in that work to get that win.
Stripping that all back to start your career, a man with a dream, you know, training in the gym day in, day out. If somebody said to you, you'll have or you'll be as successful as you are now, what would you had said back then?
I believe you. That's what I would have said. Because I did believe.
Yes.
I believed in it. I had very few people who told me that. I had a small group of people that would tell me something like that. Other than that, it was just me telling myself.
Yep.
So if someone came up to me and told me that all the way back then, I'd say you're right. I was a waster. Called that a lot, you know what I mean? But like, and then when I start getting that focus and realize, no, I'm gonna make this happen. And then now that has happened, I'm making it happen. It's depressing times for a lot of people, and there's a lot of bad stuff going on in the country. A lot of people are struggling. Everybody's struggling. But now, since them seeing me chase this dream, it's giving them an energy, and I see a new lease of life in them. And that alone spurs me on even more. So it's all just a perfect storm that's happening for me. And that is why I have this tunnel vision, and that is why I'm willing to kill every single man in my path and get that belt, you know what I mean? To secure the future from my family's future, you know what I mean? That's what I'm doing it for. Or I'm doing it because for the love of movement, and I'm also doing it to secure because I recognize that it will secure my family's future. So why not take full advantage? Something that I love can actually secure my family's future and make us live a good life for the rest of our days. You know what I mean? And it's not work. I don't work. I live. You know what I mean? I don't have a job. I just have a life. No matter what was going on, some deep situations, I always had the belief that I was going to get here. I was going to get to the UFC. I was going to get... Because I just knew I was different. I know I'm different than these people. I'm enjoying the fruits of my hard work. Nobody works harder than me inside the octagon, outside the octagon. I am a workhorse, so I'm going to enjoy the benefits of this life. I'm going to get myself a big mansion in Las Vegas. I'm going to get the soft top cars. I'm going to bring my whole team out. I'm going to spoil them and give them this life. We're eating good, we're living good. It's human nature. Some people will sit and take positivity from that. They will look at that and take inspiration and inspire. It will inspire them to go and push for that. Others will shell up and critique it and be negative towards it. But one thing is for sure, those people will stay where they are. The people who take inspiration from it will rise up and also one day experience that life. So this is human nature. Some go one way, some go the other way. But I am enjoying my money, my hard-earned money that I have dedicated my life to. I can be a product of my environment, you know what I mean? If I'm in with the wrong crowd, I just kind of become wherever, you know what I mean? So that's why I like to be isolated. And that's why this has helped me coming out here and being locked in an apartment on my own, building back up my leg, going from rehab to home, because there was no outsiders. It was isolation, it was visualization, it was motivation, and it was dedication. There was nothing else going on in my life, you know what I mean? To get to the pinnacle, it needs to be like that. It needs to be no outsiders. It needs to be, you need to have your team and your focus, and that's it. I don't need friends that aren't involved in this game or that aren't on the same path, you know what I mean? Because it doesn't make sense. I know nobody can tell me that I move the same as any of these guys, because I don't move the same. I move differently, I move unique, and I know I move unique. Not only that, I speak unique, I act unique. I'm just different than these people. You know what I mean? So I dress unique. I dress unique, whatever. I just feel different to these, on another level, on another playing field than any of them before me. That's why I know I have no doubt in my mind that I'm the great, that I will be the greatest of all time. But in my head already, I am better than everybody, and I know, you know, there's a lot of hate come from people, you know. But I know, and I will prove. You give me time, and I will prove it to everybody. When you're chasing your dream, and when you're working hard, chasing something you love, and completely dedicated, it just happens. You can't really notice it, you know, even still to this day. I'm in an amazing position in my life, but I'm still working like I'm not. I'm still working like I'm not in this position. Absolutely. I'm still working like none of this is even, it's just something I love to do, and I just keep pushing and keep working hard. I can't pinpoint an exact moment for you, but if anything, I always felt like it was happening way back then. And now it is happening, but now I almost feel like it's not happening. You know what I mean? And I want to push to something else. Absolutely. I'm always striving to push forward. No, I don't like thinking too far ahead. People set like goals, long distance goals, and that's too much for me. I already feel like I'm living it, and then I just carry on doing that. You know, carry on day by day, already living the final goal, the goal of being the world champion. I already carry myself like I'm a world champion. I already speak like I'm a world champion, and that's it. I just carry on day by day. So I'll take it as it comes. You know, hard work pays. I put in a hell of a lot of work all throughout this build-up in the fight. I pumped out more content than anybody, more content than Fox, more content than ESPN, more content than BT Sport, more content than everybody on the Mag Live on my own channels. You know what I mean? I'm a fucking workhorse from all angles, not just in the gym. But I'm building this media empire now myself, and we pumped out the content. I'm very proud of how it went. We consistently, daily movies I was releasing, you know, from like a month ago, every single day. You know what I mean? Nobody's doing that. So I'm very proud of it, and I'm very, like, the work pays, hard work pays, and I put in the work, and that's why I'm sitting at the top. I put it all on the line. I show up, I perform, and I get the results from that. So
What do you think they'll say about you in 50 years?
You know, I'm not quite sure what they'll say about me. They'll probably just say I'm a young kid who showed up when he said he was going to show up. And that's it. I cannot control what people say about me now or in the future. But I certainly know what I am doing, and the stuff that I have done and achieved will live on long after I am gone.
I don't think there's a fighter that in the UFC's history that has done what I have done in the space that I have done it. And Saturday night when I go out there and put Diego away in the first round, I'll prove my worth.
He can do it, you know, you never know, but he's not gonna be that easy the way he's been talking. So this is why I call him a clown, you know, so you guys can see everything there. So everybody have a mouth, everybody talk whatever want.
Pressure is an illusion, you know, but I want that illusion of pressure, you know. I heap more on, give me more pressure. So when I put this guy away and make it look easy, which I will do, people will say, how did he do that? You know, let's skip the queue. Let's jump this guy ahead of the queue and put him straight in for a title shot. Saturday night, they're going to see you're going to see a true #1 contender here on Saturday night.
No, honestly, I said I was going to put him away in the first round. I put him away in the first round. It would have to be something special to come over here in my hometown and take this away from me. There's not a man alive that can come on this soil and beat me. So. Dustin thinks it's all talk. But when he wakes up with his nose plastered on the other side of his face, he's gonna know it's not all talk. I'm gonna crack him with a jab and he's gonna wobble and I'm gonna put him away early. It's gonna be a first round KO, mark my words. These featherweights don't understand. Until they get hit by me, it's all in the first round, and I knock them out in the first round. You can call me Mystic Mac because I predict these things. It's the old age. This is the new age. I wanted to come over here to America and show the American public the new era of the fighting Irish, and I brought my whole country with me. If one of us goes to war, they all go to war.
Well, this was a huge victory for you. This is your first victory over a top 10 contender. What's next?
You know what's next. That world title is next. I'm going to fly to Brazil, and if they want, I'll eliminate Chad Mini Mendes and step in and give the fans what they want. Aldo versus McGregor.
This is only my second fight back from ACL. It's been under a year since ACL surgery. I've had 2 fights, 2 first-round finishes. Would you doubt me? You probably did. But would you doubt me now? They all think it's fun and games. I'm not playing here. And now it's time. Now we have a location. Now Jose is next in line, and he will be the next one to learn that it's not all talk and it's no joke. This is not, for me, this is not a joke. I'm not messing around here. I said I was gonna kill everybody, wipe out the division. Now we have 1 man left. Tell Jose I'm coming. You know, my mind is absolutely bulletproof, solid as a rock. I am #1. So if you are #1, who gives a if #2 steps out in place of #3? At the end of the day, I'm #1. So it makes no difference who is standing across the octagon from me. I will win.
Now you're here the week of the fight. What is your prediction for the fight?
Yeah, I feel within 4 minutes the shots will have landed. It's on him after that. I feel anything after that 4-minute mark of the first round will be a formality. It will be on him where he is mentally, where he is physically, and how much he truly wants this. I see him crumbling towards the end of the first, or not answering the bell for the second. But it will be wrapped up inside 1.
I was asking you on Thursday about his right hand.
Yeah.
Can I tell you what you told me?
I said his right hand would get him into trouble. It's the shot I predicted. I said he'd overload on his right hand. I said I'd slip. I said I'd bang the left hook. And that's what happened.
Word for word.
I think the right hand could be, if you look at I felt when we stared down, I felt his right hand was twitching a little bit, but it was just a subtle tell for me. He is ready to unload that right hand, but I feel that could be a downfall for him if he lets that right hand go.
I will not be there.
I will create traps and dead space inside that octagon, and I will walk him into that dead space. But all of a sudden, he will be in danger. How do you do that? How do you predict these
If
things?
you can see it here, and you have the courage enough to speak it, it will happen. So I see these shots, I see these sequences, and I don't shy away from them. A lot of times people believe in certain things, but they keep to themselves. They don't put it out there. If you truly believe in it, if you become vocal with it, you are creating that law of attraction, and it will become reality. I knew he would overextend, and I knew I'd catch him. So Mystic Mac strikes again. I've always been fascinated by movement, and I always look at people that can move in unusual ways and have complete control of their frame. I don't see them as people that just have control of their body and control of their frame, but they have control of their mind to be able to go into certain positions and balance on one hand, or in unusual positions. To be able to do that, you don't just have control over your body, you have control over your mind. So it's always been something that's fascinated me. And I've always been learning and trying to implement different forms of movement and variety into my game. So it's nice, they called it a fake belt, interim, toy belt, clown, joker, all of these things. So I'll go back and I'll sit patiently and wait and hear what they have to say now.
Conor, you've been known to make predictions. You're known as Mystic Mac. What's your prediction for UFC 205?
Like I said, he's chinny. He has a chin. He gets cracked, he gets dropped. It's happened throughout his career. He's a weathered fighter. He's on his way out. He's very, very lucky to be in the position he's in. One round it will take me to knock him out. The gold belt is what I want. The 2 gold belts. I was a 2-weight world champion in the previous organization. Now I'm on the big stage at the UFC. I want that featherweight belt and I want that lightweight belt. That's my goal. The money is going to come with that. Don't get me wrong. It's prize fighting. I'm after the money as well. But the money comes with the belt. And the belt is what I'm focused on. I don't care about fame. I'm going to wrap one on one shoulder. I'm going to wrap the other on the other shoulder. And you're going to need an army to come take them belts off me.
But I'm sure everybody here would appreciate the Mystic Mac prediction of how exactly you get this thing done.
It's hard not to respect Donald right now at this stage, and he has my respect. And although there will be blood spilled, it will not be bad blood. And for the Mystic Mac prediction, it will be a KO.
Let's test the overall mysticism of Mystic Mac, of the notorious Conor McGregor. You said under 60 seconds for Dustin Poirier. What is the strike that most often puts Dustin Poirier away in your mind?
Are you the best point guard ever?
Yes. Steph Curry transformed from a skinny, undersized high school kid to a basketball legend. He completely revolutionized the game, just like Michael Jordan.
He's the modern MJ,
Steph is a 4-time NBA champion, 2-time MVP, 10-time All-Star, and arguably the greatest shooter of all time.
I'm wondering, is it time to start putting him as the best player of all time?
Let's take a look and listen to what NBA players and legends think of Stephen Curry.
08, 09, or whenever that little light-skinned came in the league, that's in Golden State. He single-handedly changed the no lead is safe. When it comes to influence, since I've been watching the game, the most influence on the game, and obviously we know what Mike did for the game, Steph and Allen Iverson are the 2 biggest influential guys in our game since I've been watching and covering it. Kids felt like they could be them. They were guys that was not always counted on. They were small in stature, and they just defied the odds. And now you have Steph, who's shooting over the Empire State Building. It's just like those 2 are the 2 most influential when you say the game, how they changed the game, and the kids, and like those are 2 guys that you just wanted to watch every single night.
When you look at me and Steph, I just feel like we're able to do things out there that keeps the
you know, the normal person walking down the street gives them hope that basketball can be for them as well. You know, he's just able to do so many special things, and I could go on and on about Steph, but I love that guy, and I love Steph.
Hey, you know, a legend in the game. He changed the game. When a guy changed the game, some way, somehow, you got to expand the Mount Rushmore. You know what I mean? Like, who says it only could be this many people? Like, Steph Curry changed the game. His face needs to be up there in the Mount Rushmore.
Steph Curry is messing the game up. I'm on the internet now, see a bunch of little kids dribbling, shooting 100-footers.
To get warm, to start the game.
But he's doing something for them. He's giving them a chance. You know, Steph, it probably is the most influential player when it comes to little people.
Yes.
Right? Because I see a lot of little guards, like little kids. I'm going to these tournaments, they're doing stuff I can't even do.
Right.
And it's good and bad.
I love Steph, man. I mean, the guy has completely revolutionized the game.
He messed up the game in a good way, you know? Like,
you think he messed it up in a good way?
Yeah, I think he hurt the youth because the youth just loves threes. And that's all they think about doing is shooting threes. You know, him and Clay and their whole team, I think, just changed the game in a good but bad way.
Each other on the golf court.
You didn't know what was coming. You didn't, because you'd never seen it before. I was there when he broke the record, right? The first record. And you didn't think, like, I think it was like 250 maybe or something threes. You didn't think that the next year was going to shoot 400, make 400 threes or whatever. They crushed it, but no one saw it coming. No one saw it coming, and no one truly knew how to stop it when they got going. That's why they won 73 games.
When you came to the Garden and I let Raymond Felton's pride get in the way and he had 50, I feel like that's when you decided you was just gonna rape the league.
Bro, you know what? I ain't mad at you.
That was the moment?
Bro.
I think so.
Bro,
Raymond said, Chump, no, like, stop letting dude do this, but he really be doing this to us. I'm like, the confidence is changing, G. He going back to Davidson on us, bro. Nah. You feel me? I'm like, he doing the shit that we was like, you can't do that in the league. He started doing it. Nah, yeah, you going too fast shooting that jumper now. That's too much. You ain't even holding it up no more. You famous. Yeah, falling and shit. No, bro. Now he talking to the crowd. He pointing at fans. I'm like, Steph don't even do that. I really felt like in my heart, like we are birthing an animal, bro. Yeah. I really think of that moment. I'm like, bro, I think we ignited that confidence that came, because after that game, bro, he got very disrespectful.
Yeah, he took off.
He got disrespectful. He started trying shit.
And then the next game, we play the Warriors at home, and this is 2015-16. And my first matchup is Steph. And I'm like, bro.
Your man in front of you from the perimeter, bringing a big man away. And Curry hits a 40-footer.
You know me. I walk in, I chest him up as soon as I get in the game on the inbound. I'm just pushing him. I'm like, yeah, you're not doing that tonight. Not on me, brother. About 36 minutes later and 42 Steph points later.
That happens to a lot of people too.
Yeah. I'm in the locker room like, nah, this can't be what it's like. I'm taking my stuff out like this. Nah, this ain't it.
And then
Steph Curry, I'm going to bed at 8 o'clock. Mom, don't call me. My girl, don't call me. I'm locked in right now.
Every night.
Yeah.
It's honestly hell.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
I mean, the way he moves without the ball is the worst part. But just the way he moves without the ball, it's honestly their system too. It fits him to perfection. You literally can't ever relax. And I remember game 1 and 2, chasing him and Clay around, and I couldn't make a shot. Everybody's looking at me like, why can't you make a shot? I'm like, I ain't got no legs. But his approach to the game too is special. Just the way that he sees the game and the way he goes about the game. It was a lot of fun to play them. Obviously happy we won. But it's hell to guard him.
They're actually understanding how to play with him now, like how he operates, how he moves when he gives up the ball. It like continues to just run in circles until you fall asleep, and then he shoots it from 30 feet basically. It's borderline at times. It's unguardable.
He's tough. And I'm a part of the losing side of history, but I remember watching it, bro, and I was like, yo, he was absurd to watch. And then I played against him, I was like, he's different, bro.
He's different, bro.
But Steph Curry is the most impactful player on a team in the league.
Because the gravity.
Bro,
the gravity.
You have to guard him as well on the ball as you do off. Like, once he gets off the ball, you're probably more scared of him off the ball than you are on.
He's the, you know what I mean?
He's the modern MJ. You know, I used to see this playing with the Bulls. You know, half the crowd's got, you know, red 23 jerseys on, and, you know, now half the crowd's got blue and yellow 30 jerseys. Steph is, he transcends the game. He elicits an emotion from people. I think because he's so awe-inspiring with his play that no matter where we go, there are people who are cheering for him and can't wait to see him perform because we've never seen anything like him.
Michael did everything in the Air Jordan. He revolutionized the game. He changed the way we thought. The baggy shorts, the black socks, obviously the Air Jordans. Stephen Curry has taken shooting in the art form of it and moving without the ball to a different level. The first thing kids do, they know they can't dunk and fly like Michael Jordan, but they all believe they can shoot like Stephen Curry. And that's the first thing they do is start hoisting up threes to try and be like their hero, Stephen Curry. So you have heroes to most in Michael Jordan, and you have a lot of heroes in Stephen Curry. I see the comparison.
And it's like, that's how we feel with you. You know what I mean? And Evan, you can kind of speak to it in terms of like the funny story where it's like, you hear those MJ stories, you see people on the bench. Like, when I watch him and he do stuff, I watch the other team bench. Dudes be like, oh!
I told you one time, you told the story before, we were playing one time, you got so hot in a certain instance, I'm like, damn, like, you didn't hit 3 straight. When you hit the 4th, I wanted to like, turn up and be like, yo, go crazy. Go crazy. Like, you know, because like when you're a fan of basketball, you're a fan of the game, you start to comprehend what you're seeing. As a fan and as a player, you always appreciate it. So it's always been that part where you can, you know, really remove yourself with the game. And, you know, we're all, at one point, we were all high-level basketball player and, you know, big-time athletes. So, you know, you can really appreciate what you do.
Consistently the best shooter his whole career. I'm wondering, is it time to start putting him as the best player of all time?
Best player?
Oh,
you put him over you?
In the conversation.
I'm asking you.
Yes.
You put him over you. You yourself put Steph Curry over you.
Yeah, this way he's my favorite player. Cause
I'm not saying favorite. He might be my favorite too.
I played 20 years, watched 20 years before that. I've never seen a guy like him, and he's doing it consistently, and he has championships. You know, for all the chitter chatter, is it time to just put him in the conversation?
I think he's a.
I'm asking the fans, is it time to start putting him in the conversation as one of the best players ever?
When it's all, but really he shoots those shots of the game.
Yeah,
this is a great time to practice. While we all stretching, like he's gonna get unlimited of them. We stretching, we get loose. He's chucking it from half court. He's making them, and it's like, all right. So when he gets to the half court with 0.3, and he's asking for it, he makes it. It's like it's no surprise. So like seeing his preparation made me really want to be like, all right, I can shoot from anywhere.
1 second on the clock before halftime.
Right.
We have the ball out under our own basket, 94 feet away. He looks at the defense. He catches it, and he flings a shot 90 feet that actually comes kind of close, goes against him in the scoreboard. That's a missed three, right? He takes these shots every game. When I played, and like most players, you get that ball, it's like, maybe you take a dribble, like, oh, I don't think
Big move.
Yeah, throw a grenade everyone.
This guy shoots every one of those shots, and I think part of it is he's one of the greatest showmen like that I've ever seen. Like you love to do something that nobody else does. And it took me a while to learn that, like, our first year together, like you were taking some of those threes and, I had the voice of every coach I ever had saying, that's a terrible shot. That's a terrible shot. Right? And then I realized like that's part of your superpowers that you love to put on a show. It also wins. This is not like just doing crazy stuff for the hell. This helps us win.
Greatest shooter we've ever seen, hands down. The shots that he makes is by far some of the toughest shots I've ever seen taken.
Wow.
Let alone
made.
Exactly.
Crossing over behind the back, just letting it go, turning around, just running the other way, and then ain't nothing else to be said. When I let this thing go, don't go for the rebound. We need to get back. And that's extreme. I mean, not only is it extreme confidence, but that's a talent, man. That's a talent to have. His dad is obviously arguably one of the top 15, 20, depending on what are you going by as shooters. But for him to make all of those shots off the dribble, pulling from half court, that shot he made against Oklahoma City 2 years ago,
Coming across half, ridiculous. Crazy.
Well,
but him getting
Steph is listening to Steph's workout, and I know how OCD you are. People don't understand the amount of energy that he has to use every single day. It's next level. Like, even for athletes, even for guys that do this for a living, you're like, this man has to run around for 48 minutes every single night doing what he does. You don't see that coming. And so it's a compliment to those guys to figure out an equation that no one ever has. And they just dominated with it.
The year Steph hit that shot in the corner in New Orleans, I saw that live. I had 16 points in that game. I saw that live. The chef, bro. That's when the chef started taking over. That's when he was like, hey, LeBron is LeBron, but hey, I'm here. It's because Steph is so random. Like, you can practice, but you don't know what he gonna do. There's no rhyme or rhythm to, like, what, because he reading you.
Steph is right behind Magic. I can't put anybody else ahead of Steph but Magic.
Oh my God.
Ever see another Steph Curry?
I think this is truly a one-off. He's been a game changer. I mean, Ray Allen probably is getting 3 to 5 a game, whereas Steph is probably getting 10 to 15 a game. So I don't see any players in the league that can really change this landscape unless him and Clay get on separate teams.
And to see that he do not get the respect that he deserves from the way that he plays the game of basketball. He's not just a great shooter. He's not just a guy who handles the ball before the games and pregame. Like, he plays the game at a level that I haven't seen anyone play the game.
Steph's done economical.
Steph's unbelievable. I can't believe the kind of shape he must be in, as fast as he runs. The whole game, every game. That was it's what amazed me playing him in the finals. One of the things I said over and over in that series was like, I know they're running fast, but you got to run fast too. We got to run fast too. Keep chasing them, like play tag and keep chasing them, because it's like nonstop.
We'll give him 6'3". He's a 6'3" guard who has never had the pop and the burst and the leaping ability of some other incredible guards of this era. He won the MVP in 2015. He won the MVP in 2016 in his 20s. He's 35 now. I think Steph Curry is better now than he was back then. That is remarkable. Let's not take it for granted.
You got to keep working. Your time's going to come. Trust me. You got to work no matter what. You got to work. Your time is going to happen. You're here for a reason. But you got to be ready, because if you're not, it's on you.
Why does discipline equal freedom? Because the more discipline you have in your life, the more freedom you will end up with. So if you lack the discipline to exercise and eat healthy, you will end up being a slave to disease. If you lack the discipline to work hard, save your money, you will end up a slave to finances. If you lack the discipline to manage your time correctly, you will end up with no free time. If you have self-discipline, if you have the discipline to save your money and work hard and invest your money properly, if you have the discipline to manage your time correctly and not waste a bunch of time, if you have the discipline to exercise and eat healthy, you will end up with freedom. I know it's counterintuitive, it's contrarian, but I've seen this over and over and over again. If you want freedom in your life, you have to have discipline.
To get anywhere in life, you have to work extremely hard. and you have to be disciplined. If you wanted to be a great piano player, there's no drug you can take, there's no self-help book, there's no guru. You got to spend 5 years, 10 years learning it until it becomes something that's second nature. There are no shortcuts. But if you learn that from an early age, like 10 years old or whatever, you see after a few years that an incredible pleasure happens where now you have mastery of this piano and you can play things you could never play before. Suddenly the whole thing opens up, this whole new universe. And that's the paradigm for everything meaningful in life. If you learn something well, if you learn a craft and you master it, it can bring you a far greater pleasure than any kind of drug or any kind of going out to a party or socializing. But you have to be patient and you have to not be afraid of boredom and you have to not be afraid of the effort.
Discipline is not restriction. Discipline is freedom.
If you don't have discipline, then you're going to be a prisoner of your choices and your habits. So if you don't have the discipline to train, you're going to be a prisoner of your body when you're older. If you don't have the discipline to eat well, you're going to be a prisoner of disease in future. If you don't have the discipline to build a business, you will be a prisoner to your finances. The reality is, when you do have discipline or structure, let's use the word structure, when you do have structure and a plan that you follow on a day-to-day basis, that will lead you to get the things that you want. And when you have the things that you want, discipline is long-term freedom.
Do not go into a job thinking about money. Because if you go into a job thinking about money, you're not going to get the most out of it. If you go into a job loving it, being passionate about it, you're going to get everything you got coming out of it. But if you go into that job saying, I'm going to make a whole lot of money, this job's going to pay me this, you ain't going to get nothing out of it. You have to love it first. And I felt like I've always loved rap more than I love money. I love rap more than I love anything. That's why I built this facility so I can work whenever I want to.
If your 20s, do all of that. Work day and night. Really? Do as many things, learn as much as you can, fail as often as possible.
What about work-life balance in your 20s?
Because that's the time to put in the hard work. Well, work-life balance actually comes out later.
So the thing is, when you want to build something great, it's not easy to do. And when you're doing something that's not easy to do, you're not always enjoying it. I don't love every day of my job. I don't think every day brings me joy, nor does joy have to be the definition of a good day. And every day I'm not happy. Every year I'm not happy about the company. But I love the company every single second. And so I think that what people misunderstand is somehow the best jobs are the one that brings you happiness all the time. I don't think that that's right. You have to suffer. You have to struggle. You have to endeavor. You have to do those hard things and work through it in order to really appreciate what you've done. And there are no such thing that are great that was easy to do.
If somebody works hard long enough, everybody gets dealt a hand in life. I think it's very important to sit back, look at the hand you're dealt, really identify which one of those things can get you to the highest vertical. And then you have to make the decision to do it. And over enough time and enough pressing, and I think networking is important. I think every person has the opportunity to put themselves in a great place.
What is the best advice you've ever heard or received? Spend so much time on self-improvement that you have no time to criticize others. Love it. That is great advice.
You realize through hard work, you can outwork anybody, no matter how badass they are. But that's the part people don't want to dive into.
Yeah. I don't believe in talent. I'm here because I worked hard my whole life. Without that work, no one in this room would know who I am except my family. So to all the kids around the world watching, paying attention, and aspiring to be like one of us or even on the stage someday, put the work in and watch the magical ride you go on.
Like, there's people out there that are just working harder than everybody else, and they're gonna keep doing it.
Yeah.
And that's their grind. Those people are super valuable because they change everybody's perspective of like what's possible, what to strive for, and what it takes. Like, do you really want to be a champion? Why? Because you just want to be cool? You want to be the coolest guy on the block? Like, you're not going to win. You're going to find some fucking psychopath who just lives it. And it's their whole life. And if it's not your whole life, get out.
If the vision isn't clear, the old prophet said, without a vision we die, without a vision we perish, without a dream we're nothing. From the movie The Professionals, we joined because we believed. We stayed because we were committed. We left because we were disillusioned. But we came back because we were lost. Without a dream, we are nothing.
How is it going to feel when your dreams become a reality? Go there. You go there, whatever it is. Governor, congressman, senator, the yacht, the boat, the trips, the travel, the accolades, the respect, the comment from your mom, your dad, your teacher, your professor, your enemy, your competitor, whatever it may be. How's it going to feel? In that moment, If you can convince yourself that feeling is so insanely good, then you would be willing to pay the price that the man needed for your big dreams to become a reality.
Those times when you get up early and you work hard, those times when you stay up late and you work hard, those times when you don't feel like working, you're too tired, you don't want to push yourself, but you do it anyway. That is actually the dream.
To be successful at anything, the truth is you don't have to be special.
Just keep stacking days. Just keep stacking days. As long as you keep stacking days, I promise you, you will see the change. My coach used to always say, everything that you want is on the other side of hard.
You just have to be what most people aren't. Consistent, determined, and willing to work for it. No short